CREWCast. 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 Give it up for the CREWCast!
New intro, courtesy of the guest for today on the CREWCast, episode 68, Mr. Ryan Kitto. Not keto, Kitto.
That's right.
Kitto. Think kitten, but
Oh, the kitten.
Kitto.
Oh, a kitten.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Now, what do the viewers not know, boys?
Well, are you still in your pajamas?
No, I am in my awesome hippie pants that everyone says look like the most comfy pants in the world, which they are. They're literally the comfiest pants ever. Until you need to kind of walk quickly upstairs, and then your knees kind of get. You can only go so far. You can only go so far because the drop crotch is so low. Yeah, but they are super comfy. But yeah, it is. Is it Saturday? Sunday morning. We had fun last night.
We had a lot of fun last night.
Hold on, how much fun did we have?
How much fun? Oh, yeah, so.
If you can,
Now, you will notice we have coffees on the table this morning. We actually have a special coffee which has been sent in to us, but we'll get to that in a second. Because last night we recorded an entire podcast. We were having a great time, and then we realised that the little gremlin, little bugger, had just basically decided he didn't like you, did it? It was like, I don't want to hear Ryan's voice. He's always he's too good looking. Fuck this guy. Too good looking. I'm taking him out. And then so we ended up with a muted mic on his. So we're back in recording a second version of what we recorded last night this morning. But last night we were blessed by Ryan with this lovely gift of a 12-year-old Glenfiddich single malt Scotch whiskey, which if you can see from there, can you guys see on the screen? It's got about, what would you say, a tenth left in the bottle?
yeah, we pretty much finished the bottle.
We can clarify that Glenfiddich single malt Scotch whiskey, which is their original 12 from, it's
Description was better last night.
Okay, the description last night was, our original 12. This bright and balanced single malt is matured in 12 years... it's too early. 12 years in Oloroso sherry and bourbon casks before mellowing in an oak marrying tons, which we still don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But
Tasted
what it
good,
means
man.
is tastes bloody good.
Delicious.
Even so, Ryan, you're not a whiskey drinker.
Not usually.
But we taught him the sip technique and then the enjoyment technique, and then it got enjoyable.
Yeah.
We
Hence the whole bottle.
We went through a full pack of Villager cigars.
Yeah.
And we figured out that actually drinking this is really nice. It has a nice sherry overtone to it, and some nice little bourbon undertones. But once you've had a cigar, knocks away the sherry and just gives you a bit more of the bourbon and the smoke.
Yeah.
So thanks for that, mate.
I also had
had
a Stella for the first time.
And then it got worse. It got worse. Freaking Ryan cracked out the Stellas.
Yeah.
Lou immediately put on
heavy.
a wife beater and started threatening any female in the vicinity.
Yeah, I knocked a few people out.
Sat down, crotch on show, with a cigar in one hand, Stella in the other, and then refused to move even when the fire pit was blowing smoke at him. Yeah. He just put shades on.
Yeah. Just sat there in the pitch black.
Literally in the dark. He's like, sorted it.
He did actually do that.
So he did all that,
It
for like
did
an hour.
help.
He was sat there in the dark.
It did help.
Just getting flashbacks. You were covered in ash, just sat there.
Covered in ash, just refused to move the seat half a foot to the left.
Yeah, and I fucking moved it, and the smoke followed me. It's because I knew that was going to happen. I was like, I'm going to get fucked either way around. I'm just might as well just stay here. At least I'm lazy. So yeah, you missed a corker there.
So what if you heard our new intro? That is courtesy of this man who is the lead singer of the band Late Night Legacy, who you will, if you follow me at all, you'll have heard their music all over the place. Plus, it is on my morning wake up playlist. So if you wake yourself up and then Lex Griffin on Spotify, you'll find many Late Night Legacy intros on there. But they have just released a new song.
Yeah.
And do you want to tell the folks where they can find it and what it is?
It's called Just a Song, which is the best name I've ever come up with, ever. And you can find it on Spotify, YouTube, basically everywhere.
So, yes, Late Night Legacy, Just a Song is a good one.
Yeah,
but you might have also noticed, if you do follow me, I was at one point a devil in a music video. That was courtesy of these boys. And that was Dreams of You video, which is still one of my favourite songs at the moment. I relentlessly put it on repeat and sing it badly around the house. You'll be happy to know I ruin that on a regular basis.
Mate, I bet you had
guitar
to.
in it,
We
just
should've got you
whacking it on.
the vocals.
I still believe I can be the triangulist for the band.
Yeah.
But
Anytime.
Yeah, just ting.
Muscular Bez.
And then whatever happens at the end, I'll just sit in the background going, can we get more on the triangle? I feel it's a bit trebly. A little more bass on the triangle, please.
Yeah. No, filming that was such a
Give me
laugh.
some
man.
maracas, I will be a
It was
Bez.
good. Yeah.
I'll come and tour a maraca it around. That'll be it. Just double guns and
Instantly
maracas. Yeah, sign me up. I'm in, fully in. And what else did we cover? So, what we need to cover? Yes, you are in a band. You are a lead singer. But we also, well, we'll get to that in a minute. We have a coffee that's been sent in that we do need to try. But here's a fun fact. Ryan can't have coffee. Because what happens to you, Ryan, if you have a coffee?
I go blind, basically.
It's the answer you never expect.
Yeah. I can't have coffee, mate. I go blind.
He literally gets,
instantly.
what is it, ocular?
Well, it's basically like a migraine, but it progresses into like the territory of like ocular migraines.
Just
where
sort of shutting
just
you off.
shuts
lose
him
your
off.
vision,
You don't need eyes, it's
Yeah.
alright.
And
It's
he found out
horrible,
about
mate.
it by taking copious amounts of pre-workout and then shut down in the middle of the gym with no
Yeah.
sight.
Panicking, call an ambulance.
I've gone
Call the
blind!
ambulance.
Yeah.
My eyes are breaking.
Yeah. Thought I'd done it in deadlifts or something, like I ruptured
Thought
something.
you'd blown a
Yeah.
gasket.
But no, just
It's
caffeine.
caffeine in general will do it. So you can't have an energy drink or anything.
And cocoa, so no chocolate, anything.
You can't have chocolate.
I haven't had chocolate or coffee for like 4 years, 5 years.
God damn. So what were you
boy.
experiencing this like when you were younger, or did it something that just like happened?
Just
It just
happened, yeah. Early 20s was the first sign of it, and then, yeah, since then, just haven't touched it. But I basically had to whittle it down to what was causing it, because obviously you don't know straight
no,
away.
of course not.
But then when I was taking things out of my diet, and then I thought, oh, that was weird. I had an Easter egg earlier, and
And you
it
went
fucked
blind.
me up and I went blind.
It's like God keeps punishing you.
Yeah, but I loved coffee and I loved chocolate, so it is a shame. I would have loved to have tried
Is
this,
it still? If you had a little bit now, is it still happening, or
but
is
it's
it, or is
just
it-
not worth the risk.
Yeah.
But can you not test it? You know how like
Man
Lou
goes
might-
blind live on podcast.
You know, like Lou might die from peanuts. So, but he does little licks of stuff, like,
Do you?
and then he sits there and waits
Yeah,
to see.
you
if
know,
it-
but not
if he
not
gets
a
it-
peanut though. It's yeah, but that's because it chances are it
Dyson
won't
would
have it in. But it's coffee has definitely got caffeine. I don't like no.
Can you not like go a little sip, see if that amount of caffeine affects you, and then just like double sip like 2 days later? Oh, it's still good. 3 sips, still good, and then work out where your levels are.
I just don't like it that much to want to put it back in.
It's
No,
definitely,
I mean
definitely
more
not
for the
worth
caffeine.
a blinding
More for the
migraine.
caffeine because caffeine's in so much stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can't even have tea.
It is annoying how much stuff it is in. Because some
hell.
supplement companies do put it in like proteins and stuff, and you
And
think,
you wouldn't know it was there.
why,
You wouldn't think to look.
why
Would you?
is that there? Yeah. Even like some beers. I had some beers on
Really?
holiday. Yeah, yeah. Can't remember what it was
What about
called.
like vitamin B and stuff? Can you have that fine? No
all
bother
that
with that.
sound? Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything apart from.
How did you find tapering off coffee?
It was difficult because I used to smash coffee all day and have decaf at night just as a little treat.
Yeah.
Especially when you're dieting and stuff. Like
Yeah.
those treats matter.
Yeah, definitely. That's right. Because I've had like issues with literal caffeine addiction in the past, and like when I've had, I'm sure I've talked about it. I'm glad you listen to these podcasts.
Yeah, I've mentioned it several times.
Yeah, and it's such a when I came off, it was such a noticeable like. It literally felt like I was on a fucking come down.
Yeah.
So I can't, and that was still me knowing that I'm going to reintroduce caffeine like pretty quickly, but just not letting my tolerance get to the level it was at before.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine what just the prospect of
cut it out completely.
never having caffeine again.
It's the tea more than the coffee for me.
I don't drink that much tea.
Because you forget that tea is loaded with caffeine still.
Mm-hmm.
Because you drink it, it's like, oh, a nice little homely tea, get in.
Oh.
See what I mean?
I think you need to throw that gremlin away, mate.
I think Gremlin's doing it. Now, I think it's
It's
gonna be
still
right.
recording.
It is, but I don't trust it. See, we're not having it. We're not having it. You're not having it. No blackouts on that one. I did. It's because I had to move the camera to get your girth on, Lou. And it couldn't deal with having to refocus on your girth.
Oh, I'm so thick right now.
Thick boy. Damn, boy.
Damn, boy.
That's a thick-ass boy.
You're going to pop that on the YouTube for
That's,
everyone.
yeah, if you check out YouTube Shorts for that, you'll see why. That is apt. That's Lou's new theme tune. Every time it was
As
in
I
the
enter
room,
the
it's just... Damn, boy.
Did you see the Stone
That
Cold
would be
Steve
a
Austin
cool
thing
intro.
I sent
Huh?
you? Did you see the Stone Cold Steve
Oh,
Austin thing? I sent you?
yes, I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Mirror falls on her head and then it smashes and goes into Stone Cold music.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. It's this girl, she's on like all fours on her bed, clearly filming herself in the mirror for some TikTok or some shit. And then she's obviously filmed it and now looking at her phone and the mirror's in front of her, leaning up against the wall, and it just slowly starts falling forward and she's no clue. And then it just conks her on the back of the head, but as it hits her, it just goes into the Stone Cold music. Watch. Here it goes to the mirror. Boom.
So painful, that though.
That took
right in the
her
back
out.
of her head.
That was a big ass wooden mirror.
Donkey punched by the mirror.
Yeah, that was solid.
Yeah, I don't know if she was filming for a TikTok with that video.
Yeah,
mate.
maybe
That was a bit naughty, that.
OnlyFans. Maybe OnlyFans. Yeah, I was trying to be PG with it.
Yeah.
Right, let's give a quick one before we get on to Ryan's life, music, history. You can't have the coffee because you go blind, so we're going to try this.
Not
now,
specifically this coffee, just
this is
any
a coffee
coffee.
sent in. Look at that arm position there. Look at that. That's weird, isn't it? This is Skull Crusher coffee. Now we've been sent this by one of the boys to try out because it has this amount of ingredients in it. If you can see, if you watch on YouTube or Spotify there, that's not just one page, it's two pages. Two pages. So it's supposed to, this is obviously a coffee with the idea of it being a big kickstart to your day or pre-training, things like that. So its benefits, it does, other than sending you blind, this would have in it. Now, I don't know how much of each of these it has in. It says it here. So we've got caffeine, 350 milligrams, but that's going off a 20-gram serving. Now, that is quite a big bag, and it says there's 4 servings in one bag. I'm pretty sure what we've got here is not what they intend to be a serving, because I only put 2.5 teaspoons in, which I think is for per cup.
Right.
And I've done that between 2
Well,
of
this
us.
is a tiny little
Because
baby cup.
Lee,
as well.
who sent this in, did say, have you tried the ass coffee yet?
Okay.
And it's not called ass coffee, it's called Skull Crusher coffee, which lets me know that maybe this is going to do something to us.
Yeah, it either tastes like ass or it
Or it's
will
gonna do
make us,
something to your
asses evacuate.
Yes, but it's basically got in it. It's got caffeine, L-tyrosine, L-theanine, alpha-GPC, which is a precursor to acetylcholine, and has been shown to support the synthesis of emission of acetylcholine, which obviously we know helps with
It's acetyl.
fast twitch.
Acetyl.
Acetylcholine.
Oh, sorry.
Well, it's the neurotransmitter that makes our muscles fire
yeah.
from nerve to muscle. Lion's mane, which I've heard of before.
That's a mushroom.
Clippings of a lion's mane.
Yeah.
Yeah, blood flow. It's like a
lion's
vasodilator and stuff.
Lion's mane's a mushroom, isn't it?
Oh, it might well be.
Yeah, lion's mane mushroom.
Ashwagandha, which we all know, anti-inflammatory and lots of other goodies. And then loads of words I can't pronounce, like Bacopa monnieri.
Yeah, I saw Huperzine A as well.
Oh, that's why we've got the list of things. Oh, that's not even on here. They couldn't even... Oh, yeah, there it is. So Bacopa affects brain levels of acetylcholine, which is important for memory and cognition. Bacopa has antioxidant effects, which enhances cognitive function and helps prevent arterial plaque that can lead to heart attacks, stroke, and neurodegenerative diseases.
It's basically just all these kind of
It's lots of
well-proven
cognitive...
nootropic things.
A nootropic enhancing coffee.
Yeah.
Shit I haven't heard of, though, like Huperzine.
Huperzine A.
Huperzine A, compound powerful inhibitory effect on acetylcholine. Basically, it's
all working
anything
through similar
that's anything that's
mechanisms.
aiding the firing of the neurotransmitters to help them just be more effective, isn't it? So it's cognitive alertness, and then something called phosphatidylserine.
Phosphatidylcholine.
No, phosphatidylserine.
Let's have a look.
You try and say it.
Phosphatidylserine.
I wish it was called phosphatidyl.
Phosphatidyl.
I genuinely can't say that. Phosphatidylserine, something like that.
Whatever.
Phosphatidylserine. Anyway, it keeps brain cells fluid and permeable. So yeah, it's a cognitive boosting coffee, and it's from.
Let's see if it works.
So let's try it. It's probably gone
See if you
fucking
shit
cold
yourself,
by now. Let's see.
So I've tried.
Cognitive or
There you go
renal.
first. Because when I saw that initially, I was just like, oh, it's one of those brands that do like these super strong coffees.
Like, yeah.
I don't really.
Can I pour it?
No, I don't really see the benefit of like these coffees that are just like super strong for the sake of it. Because most of them, if you've ever tried them, taste like dick.
Yeah.
Well, we've got some brown sugar here in case it does taste like dick.
You don't like get a coffee just for it to fucking blow your head off.
have
Like
a sip.
get a coffee to enjoy it, right?
Yeah. Unless you're using it as a pre-workout and shot in it.
Ooh. It's quite earthy. It's actually not bad. That's actually not bad because you're drinking that neat too.
Yeah.
All the coffees I give you, mate, have got a little bit of cream and stuff in them. So it's not a Lex coffee. It's pure.
I do drink a lot of black coffee though. That's every morning. I have
do you?
black coffees. Yeah. It's
definitely got like an earthy, barky taste to it.
Yeah, there's I'm trying to remember what that reminds me of.
It's thoroughly enjoyable though.
Yeah,
you
it's
could add a little bit of milk to that. It'd be a good normal coffee.
I always put a sugar in with my
little bit
coffee
of
anyway.
sugar in it.
But I imagine, with a touch of sugar that'd be all right. But yeah, it does just have this like initial earthy taste, and then the coffee kind of kicks in a little bit more.
It could be because I've put it through a percolator instead of a cafetiere. It's supposed to go through a cafetiere, but I don't have one. I did have one, but I don't know where it's gone.
Phosphatitals.
I can taste the phosphatits. I can. Yeah, I can feel it phosphatitillating.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what I'll do. I'll try that during the week and we'll see how it goes. I'll let you know next week. If I have one in the morning, if it makes a difference to my cognitive
People
function.
might see it right now. It's going to be like fucking limitless, and we're just going to be like, I don't know,
It is. Oh, it does say.
In a casino.
predicting the fucking
wanna
lottery
check-
numbers for everybody.
You can get it in a bean. You can,
Every listener wins because so many won. Everyone gets like 20 quid.
you can get it as a bean or ground. We've got it ground, but it is Skull Crusher Coffee Nootropic Cognitive Enhancer. So, yeah, if you fancy trying, if you like coffees and you fancy trying something that might help you in the morning to just, be a bit more alert, or maybe just take it before you're about to do a big project or something, like a big set of work that day. I can't see, I reckon it'd be legit. Tastes good. Seems to have
with
good,
a bit of sugar
good
in,
levels.
It's still got that earthy taste.
Yeah.
But again, I don't think, it's not nasty.
Well, cheers, Lee.
It's just a little bit, it's just
Thanks for the
different.
thought of sending it in. Appreciate it. Right, on to the matter at hand.
Yeah.
Where's your lovely long hair gone?
Just got rid, mate. It was time.
Listen, I advertised you as a luscious locked. Basically, I was jealous. I didn't know how many times I say I got hair envy?
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. I mean, it
Every
looked
time.
good for a time.
I own 4 hair masks because of you in the
Oh,
bathroom.
yeah,
Do you remember?
with the hair
We were on the
bro
phone
tips.
and you were like, they're good, order those. I was like, I've ordered 4. You're like, why?
Yeah.
And I still have 3, because they're massive. These big scoopy masks you put
Oh,
on your
right,
hair.
okay.
Have you done one before?
No, I've never done
Protein
anything.
treatment, man.
Yeah.
The future.
I've literally never done anything. I've just not had a haircut. That's pretty much it.
You had the lusciousest of luscious locks, mate. And now they're just... I mean, I'm not going to lie. You kind pull this look off, though.
Yeah.
But...
It looked better last night. This is straight
No,
out
I
of
think it
bed.
looks decent. Because
I think
these...
that's the thing though. Short hair, it's
can't
way
just
easy. You
walk
just
out
wake
of
up
But
and
he does have the ringlets, though. I mean...
keeps it nice and tight. And
That's going to make it look like he's already put effort in when he hasn't.
I haven't done anything.
Yeah, he
at
done
all.
nothing. There's people who go get perms to look like that. And you just wake up like, meh. It's all right.
Blessing and a curse, mate.
Yeah. Which, if you've got curly hair, you want straight hair. If you want straight hair, you got curly hair,
Yeah.
don't you? It's grass is greener.
Yeah. Combing it was a nightmare.
Oh, I bet actually, because mine
Just
is not.
knocks,
Mine's just wavy. Never mind that.
yeah, the same one
It
gets
look
way
good though.
Yeah, I mean, I rated it when I first done it, the half ombre kind of
Yeah.
look. But then I just kept going higher and bleaching it more and more. And then it got to a more Smeagol than Jason Momoa. So I was like, no, it's time to go.
Schmeagled him. That was what you said. And you saw yourself on a sweaty band picture, and you just schmeagled yourself.
Yeah, I thought, nah.
I'm out. But you,
Cut it that weekend.
did you?
Yeah.
That was it.
It was the last gig of
no.
fun.
So, but you were cutting your own undercut, and you kept fucking up and going a little bit too high, and then
Yeah.
cutting chunks out.
Mm-hmm.
Never a
end
plan.
up with a mohawk,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
It was getting high, mate.
So I think
a flaccid
Because
mohawk.
you had it only just the edges undercut, didn't you? Like the normal, and then you fucked it and just had to go. So you went and took
It's
it up.
just the back. Because obviously, do you do the under bit on the back?
No.
Yeah, so doing that is, you
That-
got to get 2 mirrors and then
I
do it
wouldn't.
yourself.
Yeah.
But then you don't realise when you've done it, you think, oh, sick, I've done a class job. Then you wash it in the shower and you're
It just
pulling out
clumps.
clumps of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
fuck.
I always look. Because obviously I go up to here, but it's the sides, the back here. Like
Yeah.
because mine comes down and then the whole back is fully hair.
Mm.
So if I catch an edge here, and you don't realise when it's in a bun because it still stays stuck with the rest of the hair, and then the moment you
Exactly.
run your hands through with the shampoo and you pull this clump out, you're like, oh no, and then you're like, have I put a step in it?
Yeah.
Ah shit.
Yeah.
And luckily, sometimes it looks like it's more than it is.
Yeah.
Just because it's
Because his hair's so long.
Yeah.
I'd get that when I come from back from BJJ. I'm like washing my hair and it's just fucking clumped. And that's just fucking what's been pulled out of my head.
So
It's not practical for BJJ.
No, not at all. I
Wash
have
his
got
locks.
literally I've got a scrum helmet now.
Yeah.
But
are you
the
not
thing
wearing
is,
it?
when it's hot, it's
You and
a
your heat,
fucking
man.
killer. Honestly though,
You're like a
remember
polar bear.
remember how much we were dying?
Yeah.
And then just imagine doing that with a fucking woolly hat on. That's basically what it's like because it's padded as well for being like a scrum helmet. So it just it absolutely cooks you. And then obviously the long hair underneath is like a second layer of insulation.
I feel like you're a bear.
Yeah, I am. I'm always hot, to be
Something
fair.
I feel like you have. If we were to skin you, you'd be like leather on the inside, the suede. I feel like that's what he's like on the inside. It's like a layer of just fur internally. He's an inside-out polar bear.
I'm just a seal, mate. I'm just a
Fucking
seal.
seal.
Just blubber. The benefit of being... Did I say when I did my body scan, I was like 19-20% body fat?
Yeah, so this is your goal because you're turting now, aren't you?
Yeah.
He's on the dirt.
Yeah, I think we'll do a short about
Turd.
like what the plan is, but we won't do it today. We'll do it maybe next week or something.
On the TRT, we can go through it and we can go through the bloods and stuff like that, can't we? Yeah, because we're both going on the TRT journey now.
Yeah.
So you'll see us in
Fair
like 6
play.
months, and we'll be like,
Absolute unit.
yeah, you.
Hopefully.
I hope.
I just hope I'm not some of these people that are just like super responders to gear.
That's what we're hoping. We're hoping like we'll put in a little and we'll just go.
Yeah.
It'd be like, when like a superhero gets his powers. We're hoping that the body will be like, you will get that sudden zoom in where it goes down to DNA levels and it's going little electric signals, and then we come out.
Pre-TRT, we're like sickly Spider-Man, and then afterwards we're just like,
The reality is, in 6 months you're going to see us and we'll be like, yeah, I feel quite good, and that'll be it. There'll be no difference. It'll just be like a levity thing, and that'll be it.
Yeah, I've definitely been interested in looking into it, but it's becoming much more of a norm now, isn't it? Like people are talking about it more.
Yeah,
people are more sensible.
We just have more options available to us as well, don't we? To be able to go and see
I think that's it as well, boy. Same as most things. The more people talk about it, there's like
less stigma and stuff.
Yeah, less stigma, which then allows people to do it safer. They're not always going to be relying on some bro from the gym about like
purple-headed Dave in the corner.
Yeah, who is going to probably be the person who sells it. So of course he's going to tell you, you need fucking everything.
What you want, lad?
Yeah,
a couple of these tabs. Just like, and they're mad that people are like, all right, Purple Dave.
It's just
but then he's probably massive.
Well, but in all the wrong ways. Like a giant head and a neck, massive lats, no arms, big gut, no legs. And they're wearing an XXL sweat throw over with those baggy striped pants, and wears a belt no matter what exercise he's doing.
Just in the changing rooms with his belt still on.
Either that or it's just an absolute unit of like some bloke from the Eastern Bloc who's like, yes, what do you want?
Yeah.
I get you. Yes. Yes.
I think that's it. It's just a slippery slope, isn't it? With stuff like that, people with like how it is now, especially in America, it's like so common, isn't it? Because I think that they're a little bit ahead of us with it.
Well, no, you can nip to Mexico. In America, that's a problem.
Yeah, but I think
Tijuana, get some real good shit come back. Nobody questions it, and they're just boom.
Because it is legal in certain states now, isn't it? And I think
TRT's been over there for about 5 or 6 years.
That's what I mean. And people are much more open about it, and the fitness scene as well. And people are being a lot more open about it.
Yeah.
So I just think that the idea of there's not just like a natural athlete and then a massive geary mutant who's going to die at 40. There's like, there's actually like stuff in between.
Let's not lie though. Me and Ryan yesterday were discussing that we would love a geary Olympics.
Oh yeah,
we'd watch the shit out of that.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
It should be a separate thing,
and
like normal Olympics, and then
just watching someone just launch a javelin out the stadium.
Yeah.
Well, you'd have to have a no-fly zone around the arena once they're doing the hammer throws and javelins.
Well, I think that the thing is, obviously, there's drugs in the Olympics anyway. Like that's already there, but then they're having to probably take stranger compounds to avoid getting picked up on drug tests. So they're probably so much more unhealthy because they're having to use like more experimental things. If they were just able to take like bioidentical stuff, which would still probably give them the same benefit, if not better, with like less health problems. And it's just like,
it'd be awesome.
Are we ever going to face the fact that like drug testing's
look at the
not
cycling.
ever going to be like
look at the cycling.
Yeah.
You don't look at those dudes and be like, they're jack dudes. You just look, they look like they've got big legs and that's it, but they look emaciated up top. When they went back after chastising Armstrong for what he did, that's right, isn't it, Armstrong?
Yeah.
When they went back through the history of blood tests and actually did it all, they had to go to find the natural guy in cycling. They had to go back to 18th place.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they shit on Armstrong for all those years. And he's like, motherfuckers. There's 17 of the fucks behind me doing the same shit.
But also natural. That just meant that they didn't catch that guy. He was just on something different, more than likely. Because
now they can test for it though, because they've held the blood samples.
Yeah, but they've
gone
found
back
like
and done
different metabolites, and then they'll retest for something that they couldn't test for previously. But they'll probably do it again in 5 years' time with more metabolites.
And
like,
everyone will be on something.
Yeah,
there won't be a
like, I
single
don't know.
bloke in the group.
I do think when they're in that circle and they know that everybody else is doing it, like if you genuinely want to be competitive and that's your thing, it's shit that they're being forced to like lie about it because they obviously want to be the best at their sport.
Yeah.
And you can't be the best at your sport if you're with a load of other people that are taking drugs. So what's your option? You're like being backed into a corner there.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I guess it's always going to be the way because I don't think drugs testing is ever going to be comprehensive enough because they can just adjust the chemical structure of something and then they're like, oh, well, now that's a different compound that we can't find because it's... So they're always going to be one step. They're always going to be one step behind, aren't they?
Cat and mouse.
Whereas if they were just like, do what the fuck you want to do, like we're here
More
to
entertaining.
we're here
definitely.
to see people like push their body as far as possible. So,
I'd be there to see somebody tackle someone so hard a head came off.
yeah, just imagine,
Back to the gladiator era.
imagine like Greco-Roman wrestling, like with unlimited. Because obviously, look at some of those guys and tell me they're fucking natural.
Yeah.
Like I just some of them look
You telling me Brock Lesnar's not natty?
apparently not.
God damn.
He did fluctuate though, didn't he? Like when he was
When he
WWE,
had the big,
and he went
yeah,
UFC.
yeah, and then he just went
UFC again.
melting.
Yeah.
And then there was that one time he came back and looked good, and then like he won, didn't he? And then ran off, and they were like, "Can we test you?" Like, no,
Yeah.
just running, and then refused. He just didn't sign any other fights. It was like, "Why are you testing me for? I'm not going to fight again. What's the fucking point?"
Yeah.
And he just clearly just came in, geared, smashed, left. Fair play.
Was that the Mark Hunt fight?
Yes,
Because Mark Hunt was trying to
sued
sue
the
him.
UFC, yeah, which
Really?
is because the UFC basically
Let him
delayed
get away
Brock
with it.
Lesnar's testing until post-fight, and even then it didn't happen. So Mark Hunt had unwittingly, he'd been drug tested right the way through, and then went in against an untested Lesnar,
Yeah,
got
fair.
like smashed, and then was
It's
like,
not
"Well,
fair
you just
ground,
basically
is
put my
it?
life at risk for
Yeah,
fair play." That I don't know if he got a payout for that. I hope he did. 'Cause
I don't
he seemed like a good guy as well.
Yeah, I really like Mark Hunt. I think he left the UFC after that. I think
Yeah,
that
I
was
haven't
his
seen him
last.
since.
That was his last thing.
Hopefully he got
was-
a big payout and was able to just.
Yeah,
he was on his way out. Anyway.
Yeah, he was an older guy, but I think in combat sports, that's when it really does become severely dangerous.
Oh yeah.
Like that gap between, obviously there's a massive skill component, but if you have two equally skilled people, one of them is like, riddled with hormones. The other one is, just functioning naturally, who's probably depleted as fuck because they've had to water cut and whatever else to actually do it. I don't know. It just seems like that's when people could seriously get hurt. And like it's almost comparing like, when they've got some of these transgender like fighters, people that have transitioned. So then it's a woman who used to be a man and lived their whole life as a man.
Don't
then
even get
fighting
me
a
on that.
woman.
Let's not go down.
But
that
do you know what I
rabbit
mean?
hole.
Like
that's so fucking stupid.
But you
Like,
see the damage that's done. Like that
dude,
she got like a
just
jaw broken
fucking smashed that woman.
immediately.
She smashed that woman's orbital socket, jaw, the fucking lot.
Yeah.
Like, and because it was a man fighting a woman.
Yeah.
Like, it's retarded.
And then you say, oh yeah, it's
That's
a
another
level
thing
playing
we've
field.
watched the shit out of transgender sport, where you just transgender versus transgender. Watch the shit out of that.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. That's
Yeah.
what I feel like.
That would do better than putting them in normal shit.
Yeah.
Get more views.
Yeah, I do
I'd
think
be
that
well down
should
for
just
that.
be a separate category.
They'd be like, you could have them like coming in and it'd be like, how long have they transitioned since?
Yeah.
We've got Dave Eater, who's transitioned 2 weeks ago, still got a beard and everything.
Yeah.
And then you've got Juliet, who transitioned at 16 years old, now 25. Like, oh, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's a difficult area, that, isn't it? It's like if you've spent your life with higher test and all this muscle you've built over years, and
Yeah, of course, yeah. If you've gone through
you switch
basically, if you've gone
within
through
months.
puberty as a bloke, you're different. Your bone
Yeah.
density is different. Your muscular build's different. Everything's different that won't be reversed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the only argument is if they went through that transition pre-puberty, but obviously from an ethical point of view, you can never trust a pre-pubertal child to make a decision for the rest of their life. Of just like, oh, you're a little boy and you don't want to be a little boy? Okay, we can change that. Because what if they get to 17, 18 and I'm like, actually, I did want to be a boy. And now I've had my dick cut off. Like, where do you go from there?
Well, I don't know how we've got onto this. But let's pull it
It's
back.
it's the coffee.
It's the coffee cognitive. Yeah, Jesus Christ. It makes you political. That's what we found out. Let's get back to it. Ryan's the lead singer of a band. Has nothing to do with anything to do with the Olympics. He's neither drug tested for it anyway, is we? So he's fully geared up to just sing harder.
Directly into his vocal cords.
Yeah. So Late Night Legacy is your band. You're the lead singer, and there are 4 of you in the band. Mm-hmm. And you have just come off being a support act for, was it Reef?
Reef.
Yeah. Which you played for 8,000 people.
Oh no,
Was it
that
not
different.
8,000? That was the other one.
Different
That was a
gig.
different one.
Yeah.
How many was? Oh right, okay. Rewind. You've just come off being a support act for Reef. You played for 8 people.
Yeah.
No, go on.
No, the Reef
Okay.
gig was amazing. It was like a I don't know what I pictured when I was like 17
Yeah.
to be doing at this level. Like we have actually done it now, so it's like.
And they reached out to you directly, which is not a common
Not
thing.
the norm, yeah. So their manager just sent me an email and was like, I spoke to so many promoters and they were like, your name keeps coming up, so I want to book you to support A and Reef. So I was like,
A was the band who's done.
nothing.
Got nothing. No, I love that music. That one.
A big tune.
Fuck, I need to put it back on a playlist. What's it called? Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, I'll find that easily enough. That's one word
Yeah.
spelling. So
But even listening to them sound check, that song was like
that
goosebumps.
song was an
Whoa.
anthem for, I swear, early 2000s or something. I swear that was like an American football EA Sports game. I swear it was on there.
Maybe.
Because
It was on Kerrang and literally looped.
yeah, I
forever.
know, but I feel like it's making me nostalgic about
A game
doing
or
something with your
something, yeah.
lads. Yeah.
It's like a wrestling game or something, maybe.
I feel like it was the big, because they had like why do I want to say, NFL? It was, yeah. I swear, because they used to have one big song for each game, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think it was one of those.
Like
I'm pretty
the
sure.
intro thing.
Yeah,
Or on the like
and it became
start
like your
screen.
anthem for that year because you all just played it relentlessly together. Yeah, that was so cool.
So that was like a bit of a surreal moment for you.
Yeah, it was class. Yeah, I mean, the 8,000 thing was a different thing.
Yeah,
altogether,
yeah.
but
Go
it
on,
was
talk
like,
about that one as well. Cause
that was another level.
That's insane.
So we'd been in a band like maybe 2 years, something like that.
How long have you been there now?
5 years.
This is still pretty babies, really.
Yeah, 5 years as Late Night Legacy, but only
Yeah. But
one
that's
or
all that
two
matters.
with the other
You'll
two
talk-
lads, new lads.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah. So this is you're 2 years in
2 years in, yeah.
jamming.
This radio station, so it was Monmouth. This festival was in Monmouth,
Yeah.
in like Wales.
Wales. Yeah.
It was sick. But the organisers had bigged us up on this radio station
Yeah.
all the time, saying like, this is the biggest up and coming band from England and all this. But
Yeah.
like, sound, this
Jazzing
is
you
great.
up.
But then we walked out on stage to just a sea of like 8,000 people thinking, what on earth?
Yeah.
This is amazing. Like chills. Well into it, like loved it. We're like, this should happen every weekend. This is sick.
Yeah, I
Imagine doing this for
I
life.
bet there's no high that a jug could give you that's like that.
Exactly. That's
Was it
why we
scary?
still do it. I don't want to be big head in that and say I don't get scared.
I just get
But-
erections.
Oh, just fucking
get
nails,
erections
mate.
and go about it.
Yeah, hard as fuck. But I just, the more you get used to it, it's like yourself speaking on camera, all that. It just becomes a natural thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it
That's
was
a
a
talent.
bit. Yeah.
To have that ability to do that, a lot of people just shit themselves. on it.
Freeze.
Well, look at the Doors. Morrison used to turn his back on the audience at the beginning.
Yeah.
Just go out, couldn't even face them. So
Right.
skill set, yeah, dude. You have things you don't realize.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
So, go
but
on.
in that moment, it's hard because, like, obviously, you don't want to step a foot wrong. Every song's got to
Yeah.
be perfect. We don't choreograph dance moves and shit, but you want to
Imagine.
look good. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
you can't step a foot wrong. But then the little moments where you pull yourself back and think, actually, what we're doing is amazing. Like, I'm literally watching Rob thinking,
You're able to be present.
we're doing
really
this
watching
shit.
it.
Like,
Yeah.
they're listening to us. But yeah, anyway, we
Like,
got off
you see the heads
stage.
all bouncing.
Yeah.
I get goosebumps thinking about that.
Yeah, it
so
was
cool.
class.
Yeah.
But yeah, we come off stage, towel on head, all having beers and that, thinking that was the best thing in the world. And then they were like, lads, we need you outside. There's like 300 people waiting for you to sign stuff. And I'm like, yeah, mate, fuck off. Don't be so stupid. And it's like, get outside now, please, guys. Like,
being super serious.
yeah, and we went out and there was literally a queue of people wanting us to sign like jumpers, trainers, Reebok.
Just
Tops.
anything.
Sign any boobs.
That was mine. Because literally my brain was like, boobs.
Yeah, I have signed
Boob.
a boob.
Just one.
Just the one.
I've signed one boob in my
Did she
life.
have
yeah.
more than one boob? Or was she
She had a couple, yeah.
yeah, that's all right.
Was it the girl from Total
I was
Recall?
going to say 3 boobs, yeah. Why is your brain beating me to the punch on
It's
this one?
obviously
cognitive coffee.
yeah, I'm feeling slow behind you guys now with that. But yeah, no, I did sign one.
I love it because you're saying it
You
like
were
you're
just
remembering
remembering
it.
Yeah, you
Oh,
just
that boob.
remembering the boob.
It was more funny than anything because it was just sort of like my mum was
Sign
there.
my
it
boob.
was like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It wasn't your
so-
mum's, was it?
Turn away, man.
No, it definitely was. What is in that coffee?
Oh, Joe wasn't ready for that.
No,
Oh,
but yeah, I can officially say I've signed one. But yeah, it was an experience. To say.
so-
That's sick. So 8,000 people. And I bet, so when you're up there and you're playing, you've just got to remember all the words.
Yeah.
There's no little box at the front with the... Because some bands have that, don't they? With the little what do you call it, automated lyric thing popping up.
I mean,
in case.
I don't know. Do bands have it? The president has it and shit.
No,
like
no,
that.
I've seen it on concert stages.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's built into. It's probably more pop related,
Yeah,
where
I
they've
know.
not written the songs themselves, I guess.
Yeah.
But I always just wonder, like, how do you remember? Because there's points even when I know a song really well, but I'll accidentally start the wrong verse that comes in.
Yeah.
When
But
you've
if you
wrote
did
it,
that,
though,
would you-
like, you've literally gone through the whole
suppose.
process.
Yeah. Still
Yes,
slips. Still
yeah. I was
slips
gonna say, I
sometimes.
bet there's moments. What would you do when if that happens? Just
Go with it. Make it up.
you make that you flip the verses round.
Yeah. I'll
Just
just say it.
confuse the
Just make a
audience.
noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So would the band be able to pick up on that and just like riff it out for a moment and then come back in?
We pick up on each other's mistakes all the time,
Yeah.
but like you can't stop. Do you know what I mean?
No,
like
no.
to stop.
Yeah,
me.
it's like,
Hang on,
oh,
boys,
sorry,
the
hold on.
worst
Can we
thing in the
start
world.
again?
Fuck that one.
Yeah, but no one ever picks up on it. Like unless they're being really polite, nobody ever says. Like even people in our team, like we've got like photographers that comes with us and all that. They're like flawless, like sound.
Yeah.
But we'll be like, now we fucked up like
Fucked
6
up a bit.
times.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think that's all
They're
right
not
though,
big
then, because
fuck
it's like it's each like live act that's a slightly unique version of
Yeah.
that song, so it's
Yeah.
like an ever so slight alteration on it.
Yeah,
I was
I
down.
change the choruses all the time.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Dreams of You, we just throw in an alt chorus now, which we think sounds better. So that's the thing, the annoying thing being in a band, because you put all this time into recording one song, it takes all this effort and you believe in it, and then a few weeks later in practice, I'll throw something else out,
And you're like, oh, that
we'll be
sounds
like,
good.
mate, you should have recorded that.
Yeah, but can't you just release an acoustic version and chuck that in or something?
Yeah, we could.
You should do an acoustic version of Dreams of You. It would sound sick.
Yeah, we did do it in a garden in lockdown, but it was it was basic.
But
it-
sometimes that's good.
yeah, it was all right.
Like giving it that raw tone sometimes is a nice thing. Like you said, there was that band. What was it? What was it?
Don Broco, yeah.
And you said they recorded one song through an iPhone microphone.
So, interestingly enough, the band that we supported, Nothing,
Yeah.
he produced their latest album, which he told us at the gig, we're like, minds are blown, like
Yeah.
the circles are so small, like
Yeah.
bands at the top. Not saying we're there, like, but
Yeah, but at least you
Their
got
circle.
Yeah.
but yeah, and they recorded like, I think it's One True Prince, literally just through a iPhone mic. Like he's got all these expensive mics and he's like, tell you what, I like the sound of it when you've done it. I don't know what over Zoom to me on that mic. I don't know how he came up with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, even bands at that top level are just throwing things in
crazy.
like that.
But I think that's what if everything's too crisp and too clean all the time, it does lose that authenticity of the vocal and stuff like that because it's all a bit too clean.
Yeah.
I like when you hear those raw concert sets
Yeah.
where it's not perfect and there's crowd noise in the back and all that going on. It gets you kind of, you hear the song in a different way, so it can almost give you a new life to an old song.
Yeah.
I really like that. You should definitely do an acoustic version of that.
Yeah.
Why not? It doesn't take you long to just bang one out, and then it's another thing up there. It's another new release.
Come on, just fucking do it.
Get it fucking
it
out.
out.
Just
Get
you,
it out.
you
Yeah,
and
right
your
now.
voice, bit of acoustic.
Here's the
It'd be
guitar
nice.
downstairs. Come on, live.
Yeah. I've got one upstairs. Although one of the bridge on it needs replacing.
Yeah.
Because that's my goal this year is actually to learn to play that fucking thing. I need to go get it fixed. Is it the bridge at the bottom that holds the strings in place?
Yeah.
You don't know, do you?
I've never had a guitar lesson
It's
in my life.
well, it's threaded, so it like keeps pulling the string, it's not staying tight, so it'd be like bong.
Oh, right. Okay.
So I can't keep practicing on it because it keeps going bong out of sync. It's an electric guitar.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
That shouldn't happen though.
Well, the screw's threaded. It needs replacing.
Oh,
so it
got
keeps
you.
slipping.
With
Wait,
you.
it won't stay tight.
Yeah.
So I need to go get that fixed, and then I can start learning again.
Yeah. You not got an acoustic? Knocking about?
No, because I got sent this one by one of
Oh,
my
right.
followers kindly. Yeah, it's a proper
Decent
old school
present.
axe looking one. With like the ones you would draw as a kid.
Just
with all the
aggressive.
freaking yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Is it BC Rich? No.
It's
BC Riches were like that. They had the Warlock, like Slipknot guitarist plays. BC
what's it
Rich.
called?
Big spiky thing.
I've got the word glide in my head and it's not right.
Yeah.
Cruiser.
Okay.
Cruiser, I think it is a cruiser thing. It's like a decent entry level one apparently. But my mate came round parking, who just turns up on his Harley, always looks cool no matter what he's wearing. You can put a bin bag on him, it looks cool. And he went, oh, let me have a go. And he just picks it up. I'm expecting him to just do a little, and he goes, so starts riffing on it. I'm like, oh, fuck's sake.
Go
Banging
home.
out solo.
Go home.
Yeah. You're so fucking cool, man.
So yeah, that's one of my goals for the year. Fix the guitar, then to play it. So by the time you come back, I will be able to play the Jaws theme tune.
Okay.
Or Blind Date, which is...
It's quite similar to the Jaws.
Yeah, that'll be my skill set.
Now you pointed it out, yeah.
I tried playing it though, dude. weightlifting and guitars, not a good blend. Like,
Your
because you
biceps
like
cramp
this,
and
my
stuff.
forearms,
Yeah.
holy shit. I was like 20 minutes in, I'm
Yeah.
pretty much done.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is,
Cramping up.
yeah.
It's
all
not
my
good for
dreams.
the guitar either. So like, I get my guitar like worked on before we record.
Yeah.
So tuned up, replaced shit, and like basically the neck of a guitar. Usually, like when they're sorting them out, the top end will be worn from people like sliding, soloing and shit. And then I had this guitar, like I handed it to him and he was like, how long have you had this? Like these fenders haven't been out that long.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, literally like 6 months. And he was like, mate, it looks like you've had this guitar like 10 years.
Really?
And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, I've never seen so much wear on the frets, like the bars in between.
Because you're just too strong.
Because I just fucking clamp on.
Yeah.
Because I play a majority of shit down there.
Yeah.
Chords and that when you're singing, but I must just when I'm singing, like, you just,
Yeah.
so I don't fuck it up. Like,
Squeezing the fuck out of it.
yeah, but it's mental. There's a few people have pointed it out, like in recording, it's like, mate, stop trying to strangle that guitar. But it's just like, I don't feel like I'm doing that.
Just trying to flex the whole time to look extra cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who cares what it sounds like?
Oh, give me another guitar. I'm about to squeeze his pythons.
Snaps halfway through. Next
Yeah.
guitar.
Oh, that's a gimmick right there.
How many
I
dudes
shred
like
so
go
hard.
through like fucking a guitar per song just because you're fucking most muscular into fucking dust.
Yeah, I got a stat test to do that. I think.
Yeah.
That would be the
Dude, that would be the one. That would be when we know he's crossed over. He's just snapping
To the
guitars.
Yeah. Oh, there's another one gone.
Still
Yeah.
natty.
Still taming natty and snapping guitars.
Tell us about you mentioned it in the other podcast that we recorded about when you turned up at the Reef gig. Like what happened when you first got there, and how was that different to normally turning up at a gig?
Yeah, I mean, so we usually lug everything around. We carry everything, or like our team help us with stuff. But we rocked up to the Reef gig, and there's literally, a gang of
Crewman.
to take our stuff. They had like a cage, like a little hotel cage,
Yeah.
whatever it's called.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like a big suitcase trolley thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
because our amps are heavy, like the giant high watts, like big things. And just stacked it all on, literally took it out of my hands and just goes, just go and chill out in the back. We'll go and set it up on stage and everything for you. And we're
You're
like,
just like, yes.
well, this is where we need to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Never want to
That's
carry your
stress.
own stuff again.
Yeah, but it's difficult because once you get a taste, it's like,
Yeah, did the next gig where you pulled up and no one was there and you're just like,
yeah,
You just got a bell. It's
so much better than this.
yeah, I was
No,
like,
nobody?
we've got to carry it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, we give the same energy at every gig.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yes.
it's just like you got to do that.
Yeah.
100 or 10,000, it's got to be the same.
I bet sometimes the smaller ones are like maybe a bit more so because
Yeah.
it's more like intimate and you can
can
literally
see
like see
everyone,
the people.
Yeah, so we played right after the Leeds gig. We played a gig in Stockton on Tees, in like it's called Any Volume Music Bar, like Northeast Volume.
all right.
It's a sick bar, like for music lovers. It's cool. It's a
like a
lot
cult
smaller.
Mm.
But for that reason, we had so much more fun because all the pressure was off. We had so much pressure to get it right.
Yes, yeah.
With supporting Reef and this
Yeah.
is a fucking huge crowd
Make or
in
break
Leeds.
moment almost.
Yeah, and then we just had such a laugh at the next gig. It was
Yeah.
like shit went wrong, but it was funny.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
But the bigger bands still do these smaller venues very frequently. Because when I was in Australia, now I can only remember the support act's name, which says a lot because they were way better.
yeah.
They were called Crystal Lake,
Okay.
and I think they're like a Tokyo-based band or something like that. Dude, I mean, this was heavy music. This was like, if you listen to Crystal Lake, they're like there's a lot of that vocal screaming, like technical screaming, obviously going on, and their music's fast and hard.
Yeah.
But this guy, man, and what I liked about them all, they were all shredded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they were proper, because the main band that came out,
Yeah.
their music was good. You'd know them if I said the name. Actually, it's a bit of a shame I can't remember. But their guitarist looked like a thumb.
Yeah.
You know,
Just
but
didn't have the aesthetics
he
you
didn't have the
wanted.
aesthetics. Yeah, he had the emo hair, but then he was just a thumb. Like his head just like that. But he had the really nice voice. So they'd have this guy who came out who looked like Ludo from Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Like, and then the guitar guy had short, like cropped side hair with a sweep over, but he was tubby. But he would sing like the soft melody chorus, and then the guy come back in for the heavy vocals for the verses.
Yeah, yeah.
It was that mix, the classic like
That
Linkin Park
dynamic.
style stuff. Fuck, I need to find out what they're called, but it really took away from me that, like, because all I kept looking at him was, he looks like a thumb.
Yeah. He doesn't look cool enough to be
when I
singing.
listen, when I listen to them without the visual, I look like the music. But
Yeah.
in live, after watching these guys they were boundless energy, just flying around the fucking stage, bouncing. The whole band would bounce in unison to the tune, which had the crowd in it. And then this dude was just stepping out onto the crowd, and I mean, like literally hand surfing. He was stood on hands, just balancing whilst looking at them all and just going. And then just fucking in the crowd are getting fucking bouncing. The whole band's going. I was like, holy fuck!
Sounds like a sick gig. This
There was about 200 people there max. It was fucking. I've got videos on my phone. I'll pull it up for you afterwards. And it was fucking sick. And then the main band came out. I was like, all right. The Crystal Lake. I straight downloaded all their shit when I went on afterwards, Spotify. But the main band that Crystal Lake were with, they both then went to a bigger concert that we went to afterwards, which was in the massive arena that we got invited to go to. And we weren't in a box, which, as much as it's lovely to be invited to go to a box, they're rubbish to go and watch bands from. Because you're so disconnected.
You're not in that energy.
The
crew,
and you're always with people who are in the box because it's a box. They're not there really for the music. They're there for free beer and food and to take pictures of them being in a box. And I'm like, oh, fuck you guys. But actually, most of the blokes there were really nice people. That sometimes you get dicks in the box with you who've been invited in, and
sometimes you get dicks in the pit though.
Yeah,
and they're usually my friends, like ex-rugby players. Guy with the green hair's getting it, and then you see this guy with green hair just disappear. I'm like, man, why are you doing that?
Oh,
have you seen that video of the guy who's like throwing his arms back, and he deliberately just backs up to this one geezer who's just there with a beer, and then just smashes him in the face for no reason, and it's like blatantly obvious.
I'd leather that guy if he did that to me.
And the guy's literally
I'd be fighting him.
That's when you prefer to be in the box.
I think he's like,
I just step away. I step away from the pit. Like, I wouldn't get in that. I've been in a mosh pit before, and it did. I just thought, I'm going to punch someone in a minute. Like, I didn't get it. They were all, this is fun. I was like, no, it's not. I'm gonna kill you in a minute if you do that again. Like, I like that we're going to do the whirlpool.
Circle of death.
Yeah, that looks sick from when you're watching it on top. That looks mad.
When they're all running in the same direction.
Yeah, that's
it's fun
cool.
to run in it as well, but it's like...
Yeah, I like all that, but it's when someone like that gets like that dickhead who's just got an attitude problem and uses an excuse to smash somebody.
Yeah, this guy's literally was just there with his beer, and like he literally punches through the plastic cup, so the beer just goes everywhere, and the guy's just there like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's not cool, bro. No. But but what I was saying was, this band, they went on to then do this big show. So they did the smaller venue to like ramp them up. So then went and did the bigger show. And the guys who came out who were support acts at the big show were just as fucking sick. But the guys who came out from the main thing, they were a bit mundane because after they'd been on the stage, these younger guys, not even younger, just more energetic dudes, hand surfing fucking crowd, really in the music. Like I said, you give it everything no matter what. They gave it the same at both places. Whereas the other band, when they came out, were just kind of static in comparison. But they were like the headliner. You know, it's like,
Yeah, I mean, on the flip side, it's like the new band are hungry and they're like, I've got to do everything to impress because I really want this. Whereas the band that are already there, it's like, this is work.
The physical capability of the other band was more like Thumb and Ludo were never like Ludo had a gut. He just had the long hair and he'd sing with the head down, you know. But he had great voices, and the songs were good, but there just wasn't that energy behind them. And even if they wanted it, I reckon they'd have been like, oh, fuck it up.
I do feel like you need to be shredded. I think there's just like
it's
part. I know it just like, not shredded, but do you know what I mean? You need to be lean and like athletic. You just like
if I could, I'll find that
fueled by stimulants.
When my phone doesn't need to be on.
Not you though.
I'll find the name.
Not me.
Not you.
Just a banana and an apple.
But I researched this band.
Glass of water, please.
But I researched this band over 2 years. Over a 2 year period, I researched them, and you can see in the pictures they just steadily get fatter as they get more like gigs and stuff. I guess like more money. Right, so they
can sometimes be the road as well because
drinking and all that. But it was a short period. Like you look at them a few years ago, and the Thumb was thin, and then he'd like severely get weight. And the same with the lead singer. He got a bit of a gut, but the lead singer was a big dude. So he just got a bit of a gut, but was still just a big guy.
Which kind of is a good look, I suppose.
Whereas Thumb had really plumped out, and it just did. You know, so you'll know them. As
he's watching this, mate.
Yeah, sorry, Thumb boy. Just you look cool when he started, and then just thumb down.
Still sounded cool though.
Yeah, I mean, it
it's
should be about
important.
the sound, the music.
No, I don't
But
agree.
visuals are very
Think of
important
80s
as
and
well.
90s rock music. It
Yeah.
was all about, like, Axl Rose used to just run from end to end. And,
Yeah.
and you'd have, when he ran to one side, the crowd would join in. Then he ran to the other side, that side of the crowd would join in. Then he come to the middle and everyone,
Yeah.
you know, and that's part and parcel of being that, having that legacy as an amazing rock band.
Yeah, I think live 100% the visuals.
Got to
like,
be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be something like massive and elaborate. Like I spoke about my Tool like
Mm.
concert and the crazy projections and light show, which was fucking amazing. But like, even if it's not all of that, it's just like you're still watching them, aren't they? Like
Yeah, you
otherwise,
still
like
gotta
you
put-
wouldn't go to a concert and just close your eyes, would you?
No,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, some people do that. But yeah, it's
you literally see people at the front and they're just there. It's like,
just vibing out.
They're high. They're definitely high.
yeah, their eyes aren't closed. They're just super high. They're
Yeah,
just like,
just kind of open up.
yeah, they're so baked. They're like they're
Wish I
trying.
could get these back open.
They can see you. It's just through a tiny fucking slit. They're just like, oh.
Yeah. But no, it is important. But that genre that you're on about, that 90s grunge scene and
Yeah.
that was the aesthetic then.
Yeah.
But the danger you have now of being, top off, ripped, going mental, is people, the gatekeepers at the top, instantly see you and be like, you're dated. You're a dated band. Before they've even listened to you.
Fuck you guys.
It's so shit.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even tell you how mad it
Yeah,
makes
you
me.
told us about it. So yeah, let's enlighten people to the realism of wanting to be a band. Like, it's not cheap,
It's expensive.
and it's a bit, I want to say, corrupt in the way it's kind of run.
Yeah.
So
I think everything has its politics, doesn't it?
yeah,
It's
but
just,
this is savage. Like, so to get one single out,
Money. How much
just
it costs.
the process, that it gets, you have to go through to get this single heard.
So I mean, if you want good production, you can record a song on your iPhone in here, but it wouldn't get on radio because they're just like, your production's not good enough. So to get the production, a track will cost like $1,000 just to record.
Yeah,
Then
and
if-
that's, you said that was like entry kind of
yeah,
levels.
that's
You can
like
go up from there as well.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the guy from A, when I said, what we spend on a track, and he's like, yeah, man, I'm quite a lot more than that. And I was thinking,
Yeah.
all right,
They're like doing
I'd love to
5
record
plus.
with you, but I need
Yeah.
to take out a loan.
Yeah.
But $1,000 to record it, normal level. That's like the standard. Of
Yeah,
people
to get it to
want
the standard
break.
for radio quality.
Yeah. Maybe $3,000 on PR, or a plugger. So pluggers alone sometimes cost $3,000 to $5,000.
What is a plugger?
So if Mr. Lewis here was a plugger and you were
I'm the
radio
radio.
DJ.
He's the plugger.
Yeah, so he takes all these CDs from bands. There you go.
And they go, here's CDs and money.
And we also give him $3,000
Oh, there you go.
to
yeah.
do that. What he's just done.
And
Hand
then
you
I go,
those.
a stack of CDs.
Yeah, you might look at
I
like
might
one
look
of
at
them,
those later.
or you might not.
Yeah, or I might have just gone.
See
Oh,
there,
yeah, you could've.
$3,000.
Yeah.
He could have just done that.
It could have just
Because
cost
there's
it.
no, like, I don't want to out too many people, but some pluggers we've worked with have been amazing, and they've been very like,
I've done this. This is where it's
exactly.
gone.
They've showed us a list of what they've done and stuff. Some not so much, but even then, it's like that might get you 4 players on Kerrang on a Sunday night
It's crazy.
at like 11.
There's no guarantee of where you're going to hit and where you're going to land.
Sound.
from
We're in
your
the
money.
wrong. We're in the wrong part of this process.
Yeah.
We've spent all this money, and you've made it all.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
is backwards, and it needs to change. But basically, radio DJs need to be more open about new music
Yeah.
and festivals as well. Like, to get the Foo Fighters headlining every single festival in the world isn't great, but
Nobody else is getting
nobody's going to get a chance till they're like 80.
a
So,
go.
like, they'll be wheeling Dave Grohl out to gigs.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
soon. Like, they're still good,
Yeah.
but there's not much room for it unless you're the finished package and everyone's put all this money into you. Then
Which is
it's
just
it's
like
tough.
Whereas,
fluke
yeah.
of somebody picking you up randomly and be like, I want to invest
Yeah.
hundreds of thousands.
I mean, it used to happen. The Beatles, it happened to. Like, it just won't happen now.
That you don't think that would. There's nobody out there kind of pushing that side at all. It's not still.
I don't think so. I mean, you still get record deals are essentially loans now. So it's like Sony could loan you $200K for like your album, all the PR, all the plugin on every song.
But you're going to pay it back.
But you got to pay that back. And we know bands, like, I'm not going to name them as well, but we know bands that were signed to a big label that I won't name, but taken on tour, all this, and then given that loan, spent it on good living, recording the album, stuff that you want to do as a rock
which you
star.
100% would, wouldn't you?
You would spend a bit, but then they got dropped because they were like the last band. They had to make some cuts, so like because you're
Newest in, first out.
newest in, you've got to go, but also have you got all that money? And then it's like,
No, of course I fucking
you're
haven't.
joking.
Yeah. Well, surely though, as a band, could you not be like a business, and then they'd loan the business that money, and then you just fold the business?
Yeah, I don't know how it works.
That's what I'd be doing, wouldn't
But
you?
I think you've got to be very careful.
Surely they're not going to, like a lot of business loans, if there's no like asset with that, you'll have to like underwrite that loan personally.
Yeah, no, that's true, dude.
Yeah.
So they're probably, even though it would have been lent to the band, I would imagine the members of the band would probably
Signed
have
off
to
individually.
co-sign the like if the band folds, because I imagine they set up as a business. Is Late Night Legacy, is that?
Let's not talk about the.
Yeah, fair enough. It's just like I'd imagine at a certain
You should
point,
at a level.
it bemes like a
It
a
would
limited
have to be its
company or
own
whatever the fuck
commodity,
it would be.
Yeah.
And then you'd still like when we set up the gym, it was like, oh yeah, I've just created this brand. I was like, we've got nothing, so no bank's going to be like, there you go, there's fucking $250,000.
Yeah.
You have to like co-sign that, like if you fold the business,
Yeah.
that gets repaid.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'd imagine it'd probably be a similar thing, because otherwise fucking people would be doing that left, right and centre, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I've got a new band, fold that one. We've got a new one now with a new guy who plays a triangle
Yeah,
and
but
we've got a
pulling in
different
that
name.
money is not easy, though. Yeah, it's not like you could just rip it off on off, because to get that loan in the first place is gold dust.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what happens basically, or as much as I'm aware of.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's like,
You might find
again,
like
cat and
an
mouse,
angel
isn't it?
investor.
Oh, that'd
Yeah.
be brilliant. I mean, we have got people that do
help
send
out.
us money.
That's
yeah.
cool. Have you got a
fans.
GoFundMe and stuff?
No, just
Have you ever
because.
thought about that?
Yeah. I mean,
Dude,
You could do
they
like
do really well.
maybe like they could get access to like you recording stuff early, or like
yeah, but
some
I always
behind the
think,
scenes stuff.
do
Gigs, get
people want
invited.
this?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Yeah, people probably would. Like, if there's people that are willing to just give you money just to support you,
Yeah.
like, there's definitely going to be people that, even if it had like a Patreon that was like X amount, and
Yeah.
then you could just, whenever you're going in and doing stuff behind the scenes that people don't get to see, even part of the process, just
Yeah.
fucking set your phone up and just
Yeah.
let people watch, like, what's
True.
going on behind the
Yeah,
scenes.
watch you recording a track would be cool.
Yeah, or like even coming up with lyrics to stuff, like, you know, we spoke about it in the other podcast that we didn't
Yeah,
do,
yeah.
which we'll talk about now.
Yeah.
But like that process of like how you come up with a song, like
Yeah.
that's got to be interesting for
Is
people.
it?
Yeah,
Like
go
I
through-
don't,
go
I had
through
no
that,
idea
yeah.
like what the process
Fair.
was, and you obviously said different bands have different processes.
Yeah.
So what do you want to say? What your process
Yeah,
is for like?
recap there, because remember they've
Yeah.
not heard it. So this is weird, because in my head,
We've already had this
you
conversation.
write lyrics, and then you put song notes to
Yeah.
the lyrics. Do
Some
you don't
people
do that?
write like that. Yeah, we don't do that. So Eminem does that in his notebook.
Yeah.
But yeah, we set out with like a riff or an idea of a
So the music is
little-
the muse.
a bit of music. So like I'll come up with a riff, or Rob will, or James will, any of us. Then we'll bring that riff to practice with the band, and then we'll all chime in. Like drums will come in, bass will come in. I'll think of something over the top, maybe guitar, and we'll just run that for a while. And then we'll run that till it gets a structure, and the whole time that's running, I'm thinking of a melody that would fit over it. Literally just
Do you have an idea of a song, not like the lyrics, but as in like a feeling and emotion, what it's to do with, like the story
Yeah.
behind it, and you try and work that in, or do you just literally go with what the music tells you?
I go with what I'm feeling at that time.
Yeah.
So if I've literally, Taylor Swift style, just broken up with someone,
Yeah.
then that is at the forefront of my mind.
So,
So
it's
that
one that's going to come in.
that
That's
upset,
probably.
that anger is gonna come out. If I'm angry about the world and Boris Johnson, like on our upcoming single, then I'm gonna spout all that.
Yeah.
But then I've got to make that nonsense make sense,
Yeah.
because usually it's a lot of noises, words, phrases that I think sound cool,
Yeah.
and then I've then got to make it make sense.
Yeah,
So
put a
usually,
structure to it, like
so we'll usually spend an hour or two on one song and just run it and run it and run it. Then I'll go away, write the lyrics in my room to the song, and then come back with it and think and ask the lads,
What do you
is
think
this
of
all right?
Yeah.
Is this all right? Or am I saying something weird? Or like,
Yeah.
that's an interesting process though as well.
It
Like,
is.
because in my head there would have been a topic, and then from the topic you might either
Yeah.
go like, this is the feel that I want, then start coming up with a riff from the feel, and then maybe solidify some of the lyrics a little bit more from there.
We maybe should do that.
I don't know. It's just like
It's probably a good idea.
but the idea
It's a
of
really good idea.
Do you know what? I never thought of that.
but the idea
Be
of
way more famous.
having like the music's going to kind of dictate the vibe as well. Like obviously you've got the feel, like whatever your emotional state is
That's
at
what I
that
mean.
point, but the music is going to
The-
influence that too.
Does it
Isn't
come
it?
into the
Surely?
riff? Does the emotion come into the riff? Surely before you start, there's got to be a little something going on in there. Like,
In my brain.
yeah.
Tumbleweed.
Tumbleweed.
Yeah.
But of course there is. But I think
You must go in with some intent, surely.
no. It's
Really?
literally we'll just do it and then
Blank canvas. Just
try and feel it. Yeah. So like if literally it always comes
Quite a
from
poetic way of doing it, I guess.
yeah, it always comes
True
from
to
a
the
riff. It's
music.
mental.
True to the music.
Like if I play like I don't know, diddle diddle doo doo, diddle diddle doo doo, and then I'll think of a like just something.
Yeah.
And we'll just fucking vibe on that for like an hour straight, and then I'll sit back and start thinking I need to write a fucking song.
Do you ever
again.
do you ever do one and then think, oh fuck, what did I just do?
Oh yeah, all the time. There's so
do you
many
ever have
dead
any-
hours of my life. I'll never get back.
ever have any of the like Tenacious D fucking the best song in the world? But
Yeah, you can't,
Yeah,
you
can't remember it.
Yeah.
song in the world.
Honestly, if we didn't have smartphones with recording ability, I don't know
Yeah.
how the fuck the Beatles and shit remembered stuff. Like, and Oasis practicing in like a cellar.
Yeah.
Because if we don't record shit, it is gone. My memory is terrible.
I 100% think you should set up some kind of like a Patreon or something
Yeah,
with just like, it doesn't have to be anything too heavy, just like a few quid a month. And then like,
it's something.
yeah,
to take over.
they can just like set your phone up. It wouldn't be too much work to do. And like, there's obviously so many hardcore fans. They'd like love to get a chance to see some of that creative process because it's going to be limited to only the people that are on the Patreon.
Like exclusive.
They've got like exclusive access to something and seeing the creative process behind things. It's just like it'd probably like tie you like closer with the fans, and especially if like they can comment on it and stuff like that, they'll be able to like
that'd be cool.
put their own input in stuff that they like, stuff that they didn't like.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
that
I know
for
bands that do it. Bands at our level do it.
Because you even sent me raw tracks of yours and asked for my opinion on them,
True.
and that was and then I'd send something back being like, not being rude, but. And there'd be this bit, and then you'd be like, "Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Just wanted the confirmation of it."
Yeah.
But I was just honest about it, and then it solidified
exactly what
your
we
thought
need.
on it as well.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, between you've heard it so many times, you start to go a little blind to the errors and stuff. Don't you? It's like when I'm editing videos. If I just stare at it for too long, kind of grade cuddly and stuff. I've watched so much that you get this edit blind. Even editing pictures.
Yeah.
You start to over edit stuff because you're so used to seeing that edit in front of you.
100%.
That it and so it's always good to have that
It's
takeaway from
it's a
some
fresh
eyes.
eyes, isn't it? That's the
Yeah.
nice thing. And like at the end of the day, they're the fucking fans, aren't they? They're the ones who are like consuming it. So they're the people who you're still just doing your thing.
Yeah.
And they obviously like you doing your thing, but like getting some feedback
In
from
a
people
world
that
of
do love you.
interaction socially now, that'd be a great thing.
And,
Yeah.
and then
Like,
that's a
you're
little
literally
bit, that's a little bit
helping
more
you write the
funding.
music. Yeah.
I think
Might,
you should be
yeah.
our
That's a
manager.
sick idea. That's a good idea, though. I
is.
would imagine if you had an input into how songs turned out for your band you love.
Because that's so special. Like everyone has these like songs that they love, and that's meaningful. And then imagine like
So imagine you.
I left a comment on like
I wrote
before.
that chorus.
Yeah, like I left a comment saying, "Oh, you should swap that bit and that bit,"
Yeah.
and then forever that's their favourite song because they actually
Yeah.
they were part
Love
of that
it.
creative process.
Like, imagine if that was happening with Guns N' Roses, we could have stopped the Spaghetti Incidents album from ever even occurring.
Yeah.
That is the most random one. Jesus, did you have cows mooing in one of the songs?
I mean, it's creative. It's original.
Yeah, it was original.
We've gone,
not
like,
a good
we need
move.
to one up a cowbell, so we're going to have an actual
Cowbell.
cow.
Yeah, you have cow. Oh
Everybody
yeah.
loves cowbell. Let's get a cow.
Yeah. That's it. They were just like, okay, what's better than a cowbell?
Yeah.
A cow,
An
actual
actual
cow.
I reckon that happened in a boardroom as well.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Eric's got
Awesome.
an idea, guys.
Also, they were high and someone left the room halfway through the suggestion. What do you want? Cow.
Yeah.
And it was super high, didn't really anything. The guys left the room. Bell. Oh, he's gone.
Or they brought a cow in with a cowbell on,
And they went,
and
yeah.
then the cow just stood there and just mooed instead of like moving for the bell to ring.
Untrained
They're like,
cow.
we wanted an authentic ring of a bell from an actual cow,
Yeah.
and then it just
But the
moved
mood sounds
instead.
better.
And they were like, "Fuck it, we'll put that in."
Yeah.
Just imagine them leading a cow into a studio, just there, like stood in front of the mic with that
Do you
vacant
think?
look in their face, just like,
Go. Do you think cow?
"Yeah, do you think cow?"
That I reckon that's happened 100%. Someone's had live animals brought in because they needed it creatively
100%.
to be method.
Yeah. I'd love
Gotta
to do
have
shit
happened.
like that.
That's
Got
just
it. Yeah,
reminded
that's
me
what you
of
need to be doing.
Yeah.
Just live chickens in whilst you're playing, chucking
Yeah.
them into the crowd.
Yeah.
You could be like Ozzy Osbourne, but don't bite stuff.
Yeah.
Just
throw animals
farmyard
at people.
animals. just send
Definitely
like a
get
fucking
reported for doing that.
400-kilo pig into the crowd. Everyone's just getting knocked over, just wild in a real small gig as well. It's just like 80 people or something just lose a pig.
Mowed down by a vicious pig. Release the pigs. Like a bad scene from that Hannibal Lecter movie.
Yeah.
You just get a scream going and then release the pigs.
Do you think, like we said about again something in the other podcast, the band that played before Tool, Brass Against, and nobody knew who that was, and then I said, "Oh yeah, the lead singer pissed on one of the fans," and everybody knew about that bit. Like, fair enough, you don't remember the name, but like at least you'd know. Oh yeah, you were the person that pissed on someone.
Yeah, female. What she's?
Yeah, so she's literally like
what would you call it? Does she sing? Does she sing?
Yeah.
Oh, so she's a lead
So you're
singer.
going to say she's single?
I was going to say
She's
she's
single.
single. Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's really pretty as well. She's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he's
Not
someone
that
who's
I'd
like,
enjoy being paid on though. I don't think.
No, I don't get it.
The guy's loving it. It's literally
Is he-
his face. I'm
What
all
is that
for open.
about? You've
It's
had
like,
a weird. He's had a weird childhood.
But imagine that's your thing, and then literally that's got probably for him that was his like ultimate fantasy.
Absolute lifetime high.
Yeah, like everything from that point on is downhill.
Yeah.
Other than, I imagine he probably wished it would have been a bit more private, but maybe he didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe that was a part of the
Yeah,
kick,
maybe that was part of it.
But yeah, I mean,
Literally
you
on
definitely
stage,
things like that, doing things like that will definitely
just releasing
pull in a new
wild pigs.
fan base.
into
Yeah.
it, yeah.
So if you see pigs at a Late Night Legacy gig,
Yeah,
you got us to thank for it.
you heard it here first.
See that all these people on your Patreon would be like leaving comments. I want to see a live pig in
Bring
the
the pig.
yeah.
People start turning up with
Bring the
pigs.
pig. Bring the pig.
Yeah, I don't think this is happening.
Just can't imagine what venues would allow.
Let's circle back though to the fact that you were in a brass band.
Oh man, come on.
Yeah, bring it in.
It wasn't a brass band.
You were
I played-
uniform, everything. I hear.
No uniform. So it was like, oh man,
What
So-
did you play?
I played the euphonium.
Euphonium, and so this is if you've seen Family Guy when Peter Griffin has his own theme tune. Yeah, it's one of those big boys. They're massive. How big is it? Like
Smaller. Let's keep going.
what?
About there. I was a small child when I played this.
Do they have different size ones then? Because that dude we brought up in a picture when we found out you did that he looked like he was that big.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But I
been a
only
while
played it for a
since-
very small amount of time.
Yeah.
It was just my first taste of an instrument.
Yeah.
Because our school was like, it was a good school, but it was like, it didn't have many facilities. Not
Yeah.
a lot of money. So yeah, that was the instrument section. A trumpet, a euphonium, and a clarinet or whatever.
Oh
it
right,
was.
that's what you got to pick
So
from.
literally three
we-
of us from like the football team like met on a
That's how they go.
Wednesday afternoon.
Just made it.
But it was fun. I learned jingle bells.
Maybe you
So
should
what
bring
else?
back a euphonium solo.
Yeah, I love brass instruments because
Oh,
sometimes
yeah.
that sounds
They
sick.
do
with,
sound good.
with rock.
Yeah, 100%.
That Brass Against, it was like so. It was, some of them were really good, but it was like, it felt very chaotic because like that fast pace of like some of the metal songs that they were covering. They
Yeah.
covered a couple of Tool songs, and like
Just a bit much.
it was still good, but it was just it was so different because like, and there was some stuff I literally don't understand how they played it. Like it was amazing that they managed to like do that with a brass instrument.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a difficult instrument to play.
That's cool when you hear and introduce something you don't expect it to do. That's a cool thing. I like when the people get ingenious with things like that.
Yeah.
What people don't know, so I have to tell it again. Those things fill up with spit.
Yeah, a little spit
There's
valve.
a spit valve on a brass instrument.
Yep.
Imagine the orchestra you're listening to. All you're hearing is this. What you're not hearing is.
Oh, they don't do it during.
Do they not? It doesn't gather it all.
It just gathers, yeah.
it's getting heavier and heavier.
It's not that much.
By the time they're walking off, you see a sloshing.
Yeah, there's another one. See, if you had a patron, pop that into a little cup, post that out to somebody.
Yeah,
Fiverr.
dude. There's that woman. You see that woman who was selling farts in a jar?
Yeah, she made
And
herself
had, like,
ill.
50 grand a week or something.
She
Selling
made
farts
herself
in
ill.
Yeah,
No,
from
yeah, she started
forcing
eating so much
farts.
cruciferous foods and protein shakes
Yeah.
to create farts so she could sell them.
Okay,
that she
no.
caused herself like gastro stress.
Yeah.
She basically over bloated herself and she was ending up
And
in
she'll have been
hospital.
pushing them out as well.
Yeah, yes, yeah. She was literally baking farts deliberately in her stomach, so eating gassy foods.
Why are human
ended up in
beings so
hospital.
weird,
I
man?
know.
Dude, fucking social media,
Why are we
man.
fucking
Imagine
weird?
paying for a fart.
They were paying thousands
Yeah.
for a fart. Wouldn't she put something else in there with it? It was like a bit of cloth or something to soak up the fart smell so that it remained once they opened it.
I
She
only
went
saw like
full bore with
the headline of the article. I didn't
Yeah.
actually read it. I was just
I'm
like,
like,
woman hospitalised for selling farts.
Yeah, she made a fuck ton.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can't knock people's kinks. Whatever turns you on, but
Yeah, like you do you.
But
Like,
jars in jar, farts in a jar.
Fart in a jar. If you're paying thousands of farts in a jar,
and then like
you're
imagine how
probably-
fleeting that moment is. You're
Yeah.
just like, what are you doing? So obviously you're gonna be like jacking off.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to get ready.
Right to the
ready to
for that moment.
precipice.
Then you have to let go to open the jar, and then be like, and then go back to it.
That is a vision I don't want burnt into
If
my
you
brain.
do that, if you do that, tell us how you do that.
Yeah,
We need
definitely.
to
Let
know.
us know. It kind of makes me feel a bit weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not liking that. Yeah, no. The fact that that makes me think they've got people in the cellar.
Or maybe they like drill a small hole in it so it seeps out slowly, so they can like
I think you've done this
put the
before.
thumb on it.
Pull your jersey.
He's done this
Answer,
before.
you've got so excited, you've edged yourself backwards out of shot. There you go, you're back in now. You got so excited.
I need-
over the podcast, he's
I
just
needed
slowly
to
edged backwards.
I needed to
out
create
of
more
shot.
room for my jacking off motion. I was just like,
Cross-eyed.
Oh, right. Where are we at?
That
Spittoons
was
and
from
jacking off the
selling
farts.
spit.
Fucking hell.
Yeah,
Right,
man.
let's get back to the pattern. So where's your next gig?
Where is it?
Yeah.
Manchester.
It's in we know it's going to be Manchester. Do we have a venue in mind?
TBA. So
We don't know yet.
don't know yet.
is there a few potentials on the cards, or is it? Have you got like an idea of size or?
Yeah, so it's just a different promoter. We work with loads of different promoters, and this
Okay.
promoter in particular is quite a good one. Like they're at a good level.
Yeah.
And they do like live Amazon streams and all that on
that's cool.
Twitch and
Which is a thing we need to get involved in.
I know. Yeah, we
Yeah.
keep saying we're gonna.
Yeah, yeah. It's just one of those things that was so gaming orientated that I never really thought about it, but now it's just
Yeah, it's everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
Is it
Saturday the
worthwhile?
16th of August.
Ooh.
Just because we're recording for the next couple
Oh, really?
of months. Yeah.
Right. So you're putting some time in.
Yeah, yeah.
You said you got a new single, right? Or
In the process of the next 3 we're recording.
All right.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we
Next
got-
week we're recording the next 3.
That's cool.
Just
in
the
Leeds?
vocals. Huh?
Up in Leeds.
Yeah, a place called the Chairworks. Who weirdly, the producer, when I lived with my ex, we moved next door to, like a total coincidence.
We just didn't know. And he was just
Mental.
there like, morning.
Yeah, because I'm like, we were chatting, and then he was like, "Oh, my name's Bob," and I was thinking, "I'm sure I recognise that guy." Like we
Yeah.
hadn't worked with him yet.
Ah.
We wanted to work with this producer because he's quite good, like he's up and coming. Yeah, and then I looked online and I was like, "Fucking hell, like,
Yeah.
this is the
Moved
best
house
thing ever."
deliberately.
Yeah. So yeah, he's sorted us out with.
So we can look forward to
Good
some
deal.
new
Oh,
releases
that's awesome.
along with that acoustic
Yeah.
version.
See, some of those things that they're meant to be, aren't they? Like,
Exactly. I thought
yeah.
this is fate. This is.
yeah.
I should probably stay in this band.
yeah. Read the
Yeah.
signs.
If he moves, and just like, whereabouts you moving? Is there any local?
As you're
properties?
packing up box, where are you moving then?
Yeah. Whereabouts?
I mean, I've moved now, like, but we're still friends.
Yeah.
Oh
No,
yeah,
that's good, though.
yeah. So we can cover some live stuff too. So let's get. So when did you first get into music? Like when did you realize you were a lead singer capability?
So basically, I've always sang like to music, to CDs, in the shower, whatever. And then I just started playing bass first. So my brother was like, I don't know, you know when you're younger and you're like, oh, I grew my hair out first. Nah, I did.
Yeah.
It was usually always him, and I just kind of copied. Didn't say that, Ross, if you're listening. But yeah, he played guitar and he was fucking instantly sick at it. So I'm like, shit, I need to get good at this. Practice and stuff. That was obviously after the Euphonium years.
Yeah.
Grew my hair out because Lord of the Rings 2 or 3 had just come out,
Yeah.
and Aragorn. I thought like cool as fuck.
Oh, yeah,
he was the
yeah,
reason
yeah.
I grew my
Oh,
hair.
really?
Yeah, the one guy.
Viggo Mortensen
Yeah.
inspired you to do it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Did you
yeah,
know he was he's actually ginger?
Is he?
Yeah. Oh, proper ginger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've maybe seen him actually in earlier films. He was little.
Yeah.
It's like blondie ginger, isn't
Strawberry
it?
blonde.
Probably,
Whisky.
yeah.
Yeah,
Really
strawberry
like-
blonde.
Yeah. So yeah, no, that's how I started. But then singing in a band, it was like, obviously I wasn't as good as my brother on guitar, so I thought, I can't fucking do this as well as everyone else, so I'll just sing.
Yeah.
But it was like, at the time, my mum and dad were going through a divorce. Like, there was all sorts of things going on, and that was my outlet. That was my like aggression.
So what was that first band called?
Massacre.
Oh yeah, and
You went
aggressive.
heavy.
We were
Straight off the bat.
heavy, man.
Were you?
Yeah,
Was-
we used to
what was it
break
like?
shit. It was so stupid.
Yeah.
But there was, outside the school, there was like an after-school club called Rock School,
Yeah.
and that literally saved me. Like, you know, we were all smoking pot and doing stupid shit, but we were like, this is
Yeah.
cool. And it was set up for that reason, because there's like not much in company.
Yeah. That's cool.
So yeah, it was called Rock School. We'd hang out there all the time.
It was called Rock School,
Yeah.
not School of Rock.
Before School of Rock.
Yeah, you
it was really-
predated it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
School of Rock copied Rock School.
Yeah,
It probably did.
that
Man.
was it.
It was a
They heard
big
the
thing in
tale
our
and made a
area.
movie.
But now I'd literally fucking axe kick cymbals and shit, like
Yeah.
just get well into it because we were into Pantera
Yeah.
and just being free and just thinking, fuck you, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
But I remember we put on a charity fundraiser. If you remember the tsunami that hit,
The
like
big one.
big one.
Yeah.
So we done like a charity tsunami appeal. It was 50 pence in. This was our first gig ever. And I told the whole school we had a guest star called Michelle Quirk, who was it was really my mate Michael Quirk, dressed as a woman. But loads of lads were coming up like, who the fuck's this Michelle? Is she hot? Like, and I'm like, mate, wait till you see her. She's from like Whitehaven School, the next town along.
Yeah.
And lads, the space was full. I was like, that fucking worked.
Yeah.
And then he comes out like with a wig on, like with a bucket for donations. And it was just probably one of the best gigs I've ever done.
That's amazing.
But once I'd done that, I thought, like, I don't want to stop doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that was so fun. And you get good feedback as well. Obviously, everyone likes to be validated and
Yeah.
approvals and stuff. But yeah.
But it helped you through a rough patch as well. Gave you
Oh, yeah.
some direction.
Still does. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel, even speaking to you guys, it's like therapeutic and
Yeah.
you get stuff out. But
We sat around the fire pit last night just chatting about stuff, and you were saying like
Yeah.
you don't really have an outlet to talk about things because the only people around you are the band members,
yeah.
and you all are already talking about the one problem, so you can't vent on each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's definitely I think it's a benefit though if you've gone into music in an emotional sense, because you're gonna get that emotion in the music you're letting out, rather than being like, here's a song we've written for you, sing that, which is a lot of pop music stuff in
Yeah.
it. We're getting you in the music, and that's
More
when
genuine.
yeah, you can hear the emotion in a song. I really like that. And I think the more you can, if you use music as an outlet when you have problems, I think you're going to create better and better music as it goes on, because
Yeah.
you get more efficient at releasing that emotion into the
Yeah.
music because you know it's therapeutic. A lot like we've got better at speaking.
Yeah.
Like when we first started this, I don't know, we've got a better flow now. Like I'm able to sit and listen to Lou more without my brain screaming, say this.
Yeah.
Like I sit back and listen more.
Fair.
And that's helped me in everyday life to sit back and just listen, even though sometimes my brain's screaming, interrupt, say this.
Yeah, I was nervous before we got started because I was just like, who the fuck's going on? Listen to me talk for like 2 hours. And obviously it's just a conversation, and obviously over time, clearly people are listening, clearly people are paying attention.
Oh, yeah.
So then you're like, oh, well, maybe people do. And it is just like me, just being
Yeah.
me. And I think, I think that's the nice thing, isn't it? Because it is just you being you,
Yeah.
and people obviously love it. So that must have been like, you're obviously a good
Good.
person. You're a nice person. It is. It's validation, isn't it? In a way.
yeah. It means that you have worth. You feel like it has worth what you're doing. But it's one of those where in everyday life now we don't talk like this.
Yeah.
Like when you sit down and just talk face to face, eye to eye, looking at each other.
Yeah, purposefully.
Everybody's a
Here's an
distraction
hour,
of something
let's-
going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a fucking block of time.
pick
Let's
topics.
speak. And it goes off in these different directions. So the music's the same thing. Sit and just focusing on that music and the emotion. That's when
Yeah.
you create something really, impressive.
That's one thing I do miss from my old job where I do a lot of travelling. I'd just be there. I worked with my best mate for quite a few years, and we'd just be sat in a van. And we were
Yeah.
like driving to Scotland, and half the time we wouldn't even put music or anything on. We'd literally just be
Talk
chatting shit.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Hours and hours straight. And you don't like now. I don't get that. Like I still interact with people like throughout the day quite a lot, but the conversations are so much shorter. You still occasionally do get into like some more in-depth topics, and that's something that we do try and do a lot at the gym because like I want to actually like know our members and care about them. But it's still limited. It's not like an 8-hour drive, and then we, sometimes we'll put like an audiobook on for a bit, or other times we just get in and just literally fucking chat the entire way, and sometimes it's just bollocks, and then other times it's stuff that's like really like bothering us, or stuff that we're like even like talking about old kind of issues that we've had and just like where we're at. It's a useful outlet, isn't it? And I never really thought about it like that.
Like we need it. Like if you bottle it up, and don't have. Sometimes it's a daft thought that you think is a fucking big problem. But the moment you say it out to somebody and they go, "Oh yeah, I feel the same," you're like, "Oh right, it's fucking normal to have that thought." And then now you let it go. Because you don't think you're a weirdo anymore for thinking about it. You don't feel awkward about it.
Having those people outside of your regular group as well, like you said, like the band is the band, and like there's so many problems and issues that you kind of resolve on a regular basis amongst you. It's almost nice to
you don't
have
want to
people
bring in other
outside.
stuff, do you?
Like.
I mean, we do speak though, like
of course, like of course you talk, but sometimes just having people outside of that regular circle. Because for me, having people outside of, because so many people in the gym are my friends, but then having people that like outside of that is really nice as well, and it's just
there's no commitment to the outside.
You can forget about those
the boss there or the mate, there's no stigma with it. It's just a freedom.
There's nothing attached.
Yeah, it is good. But that's the thing about the motorbiking as well. When you're out on the bike with the comms units and the helmets, it's just you, the bike, and the guys. There's no distraction other than the scenery you're riding through and enjoying and being a part of. That's why the bike's so much like in a car. You don't have that. We're going to go for a drive. We'll see when we get there. On the bikes, you're talking to the helmet and riding as a group, and that's what I love about that. And it's all this similar circle. So it's finding these outlets that then help you just open up more and be happier in yourself, because you just have these moments where everyone starts sharing, and it gets to over that. It's just a dumb thing. Like I've said before, when one of the lads I used to train with, who's an Egyptian lad at the gym, he's a fucking beautiful looking bloke. You know what I mean? You just look at him and you think, fuck, I'm never going out with that guy. Like, he would just become invisible. And he would just, but he was Egyptian. I just thought, well, that's what Egyptian guys look like. You know what I mean? Just fucking fair play, damn genetics. And then like a year after knowing him, he had these like fucking spankingly awesome eyebrows, which I assumed were Egyptian eyebrows. He's like, oh no, I get them threaded. Like, what? He's like, yeah, I have my eyebrows done like every couple of weeks. It's like, motherfucker. I was like, and straight away, what did I do? I haven't fucking done. But that, because there was no, like, I didn't even think about it before. But then he's just been
acceptable.
like, a dude you looked at for ages and be like, no, motherfucker, I'll go and get mine threaded. Like, mine is shaped by somebody. I was like, and now all of a sudden there's a bloke, you're like, that's an option for us? It's like, yeah, dickhead. You thought these were just mine? I was like, yes, I just thought you were beautiful.
Now, me and Rob have those moments all the time, our guitarist. And that's another reason why we're in it, because it's like a brotherhood of mates that are like bonded, obviously in a business sense, but also just in a friendly sense, where it's like, Rob will tell me, well, he won't care, but Rob will tell me, oh no, I dye my beard, mate. And then I'm like, what the fuck? That's a thing. Like, I didn't even think it was a thing. And then he's like dead open. Like, Rob's one of them people that's so open. He's an open book to anyone. You've met Rob.
He's a cool looking guy too.
He
looks like my mate Big Chris a little bit.
Is he like the taller, slim guy?
Tall guy, He's like 6'4" or
Cool
something.
looking guy. He has the look. Like, you've got the look, he has the look.
People took it to say he looks androgynous as well. Like,
I could see that a little bit.
He's just a pretty guy, isn't he?
He just looks cool. You reckon you could you could throw overalls on him and he still look cool?
We nearly did put overalls on him, actually. With the whole boiler suit.
You could pick something up and be like, this will look shit on everyone.
Apart from
him. Then it's just on. Yeah,
he's one of them guys.
100% you could put him in that kind of like oversized, baggy, raw cut jumper, chuck some drop crotch trousers on him, and he'd just be like, straight away, just look instantly photographable for like some kind of like autumn catalogue for fashion. You're like, motherfucker. Like,
he's a really grounded guy too. He's like the mediator of the band. Like, he'll hear my argument, then he'll hear another members, and then he'll be like, I get what both of you are saying.
Benefit to have somebody like that.
He's the reason that we've.
Most people just want to jump in like a bunch of cats, don't they?
Exactly.
That's perfect though. It sounds like you've got like a good dynamic.
Yeah, with the two new lads as well, Matt and James. Well, they joined us like a year or two ago now. But their connection to each other is like amazing
within the music.
Rhythm section.
Explain how that came about, because you mentioned it on the last one but not on this one. Is that right?
You can stop saying last song, people are going to be like, where's this other podcast?
Give me the last one. This sounds amazing.
Last night.
It was
last
It was
night
on last
when
night.
the failed one.
Yeah,
There is
the
no
failed
other
one.
one. Everyone who's referring to it doesn't exist. It's
Yeah.
back in the ether.
Yeah.
You'll have to put like a clip of like sped up, so it actually did happen.
No, I deleted it.
Have
I
you?
just took because it's like 120 gig on a card, and I just looked at it and thought, if I have this and save it, I will try and use it and waste loads of
Yeah.
time trying to fix bits.
Fair enough.
So I just deleted it. I was like, no, fucking reset. Like,
Yeah.
wasn't meant to be. We've got this good attitude at the moment of like, wherever you're at and whatever's happening, you're exactly where you're supposed to be with exactly what's supposed to be happening.
Yeah.
And if you have that attitude, when shit goes wrong, you're like, well, that was supposed to go wrong for a reason because we were supposed to re-record it, and that was supposed to be. It's the best attitude to have
Yeah.
because then everything's just a learning curve rather than a failure.
Yeah.
You know, and it is, you can get mad and you can shout and you scream, but what the fuck's that going to do? You can't rewind time, you can't reverse it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like you learn, like, and now afterwards when we went down, I was like, Lou, you're gonna have to be like a double checker for me because I have scatterbrain, and if I miss one thing,
Yeah.
something goes wrong.
It's
There's
done.
no leeway with this.
Yeah.
One thing isn't like on as it should be. The whole thing's fucked. Like it's so annoying. But there's about 12
But you
things that
gotta
you have
have
to have
that
right before you
attitude.
get going. So
Just to be okay if it does.
yeah, well, it fucked up that many times with us, and we've been so patient with it.
Yeah.
Like, mate, we've recorded
I said there was one where we did it 3 times in a row.
oh, in a row,
Really,
in a row.
really early on, wasn't
Which
it?
one
Yeah.
was it?
I can't remember now. It was
You'll
within
know
the
when you
first.
started. Because everybody else going, this is the third attempt.
Yeah, it was within our first 10, I think, wasn't it?
What was it that went wrong with it?
I don't remember now.
No, something just kept fucking
Was it
up with
was
it.
it the camera that kept
Oh,
shutting
we-
off or something? Or no, it can't have been. It was
No,
the
we
way
had an
it was
error on
recorded.
a card a few times, which is just you can't.
It
ever
was
know
when we
what's
were
gonna
using the digital mixer,
It
and
was.
it would randomly just stop recording, and we wouldn't know.
Yeah, that was it.
That was a
stuff
nightmare
like
because
that.
we had to have like a laptop with like, I don't even remember what the digital mixer software was, which then was linked to Audacity and then linked to our mic. There was
Yeah.
just too many things going on, and they were all shit.
You would link it
Like-
into Audacity, but it was actually a software, but it would make Audacity think it was hardware. Yeah, which is clever, and it's a good thing if you can't afford like a mixer and stuff like that to actually put in to start with. But there's just these glitches that we were unaware of because we'd never done any of this.
Yeah.
And so we were just having a bash and on the fly.
You could never know that it was actually recording. You'd have to stop,
Check it.
check it, but then when you checked all of the connections that you made, reset, so then you had to do it
Yeah.
all again. So you still had to
That
like
was the
trust
thing,
that it was
yeah.
working.
Yeah.
There was no way of live checking that it was actually recording, which was
yeah.
well,
yeah.
we fucking fucked up several times, and yeah, it's one of them. That's why we ended up leveling up. We got another one. Then we got this.
Well, that's why we do say to people, like, forego the Netflix that month or that trainers you want to buy. If you need something that's going to help you be more productive and cut your error times, fucking invest in it. Because if you buy the cheaper thing, I guarantee a few months down the line, you're going to have to then go and buy the thing you should have bought in the first place.
Yeah.
With our, we looked at like silly things like arms for the microphone. They were fine when we first started, but then we upgraded the microphones and the arm's no longer really great for the microphone. You
Yeah.
have to get a bigger load bearing arm now for these. So that's what I'm to do. So what we should have done when we bought the microphones was get the arms and do that cost, and it would already have been done now.
Yeah.
And it's now you, but luckily we didn't, because now we found a rip off of the version. So for everything that you find, like all the lights and everything we got here, there's a couple of great companies who basically wait for the larger companies to make something, then they just clearly go and get it,
Copy on
repurpose it, and just resell it for half the price, which is what you can find a lot of the time. So we've learned our lessons along the way. But one of them is with the mics, we like, fuck it, these are a problem, change them. And then we bought 3 so that now the guest has a good mic. We both got, so everything's the same, reduces your variables. But I think if you can do anything that reduces variables in life and gives you a little more control, you just, when something goes wrong, you're like, well, we couldn't have fucking foreseen that because we've done everything we can do to this point.
Yeah,
And that's
it's all,
just
it's
shit
all
that's
a
going to
lesson,
happen.
isn't it?
Yeah.
And undoubtedly there's going to be
always
something else that
shit
fucks
goes
up.
wrong, yeah.
Just how it goes, isn't it?
Nothing's ever going to be perfect. And if you strive for perfection, you're going to be forever miserable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Whereas if you just, like, it was funny, like, look, boys, we went through that went through that in like an hour.
Yeah.
That near full bottle going through it. Then we went down and had a great fire pit, got to chat about all the stuff again afterwards. And now we're getting to talk again in the morning.
Lex almost took my eyebrows off at the end of the night.
Oh, man. That was a shock. That was a second shock.
Yeah, we were all stood around. The fire pit was just like embering away, and we're all getting ready to go inside. And I had like this little bit of whiskey left in my glass.
Yeah, we're all saying good night, mate. Good
No, and then I just launched it onto the fire pit and just woof.
It was
like,
a massive
I did
firework.
not expect it
Huge.
to be a fire. I thought it would just be like a little poof. And this
Literally on our
huge-
faces, like we
Just
stood
fire-
over it.
Yeah, stood all around it, and it just literally launched up straight through the middle of us. Like when you do that, it was like a genie was appearing from
Yeah,
the flames. Oh, it was, and then after that, we was like, get the gunpowder proof.
Yeah.
Right? And then we threw on the moonshine and then the gunpowder. It's impressive, isn't it? The amount of like
it was.
flames it causes. And then we like child.
Nothing compared to the first one though. That was
Like children.
Like
We
a
then went
bomb.
to bed happily. Made fire and boom, boom, now bedtime. But it's nice getting on and talking to people face to face and doing these things. And I think do one thing. So we've covered other things. There is one thing that I do want to cover on a personal level because it does help a lot of people. You are a new single man. Hello, ladies. Yes, all Ryan's links will be in the description.
my OnlyFans.
Yeah, get on there. But you've gone through this during a time where your band's had new members come in. Obviously, we've had COVID, and not only have you gone through like a breakup, but you've also moved at the same time. So it's gotta be. How are you handling it all? How are you?
I'm not that great. Nah.
No, really though. You're not feeling too
I mean,
good about shit, or what?
Of course, I can talk. Yeah, I'm open to talk. It's obviously difficult because it is still raw. So it was only like a couple of months ago.
Yeah, one thing that it is about it is before you ever get too wrapped up is understand you came to a decision of this breakup. Through all of the time up to that point of the breakup, you thought it through, talked about it, worked it out, and still came to the conclusion that this was the right decision. Yeah. And you shouldn't doubt that.
Of course, I'm not doubting it.
Like,
it's just it's difficult because like there was so much going on. Obviously, there was COVID and everything, and at the start, it was something that was amazing. Like she was in my bubble. You had a bubble with one other person.
Because you actually moved in together during COVID.
Later on, So at the start, it was like every weekend we'd get weekends together.
Yeah.
That honeymoon period's amazing. And then we moved in together at the start again. Lovely. But the world changed. The entire world changed.
Yeah,
while we were changing. So we spent like a year in this house. But near the end of that year, it was just like, it just got to a point where we knew it was the end. It was like a mutual thing. So it was, in a way, it's sometimes
the best way
better,
to peter out.
but it's also harder because there's nothing to pin it on. So it's like, we still love and care about each other, but this obviously isn't making us 100% happy. Should we step away? And
they're brave to do that because a lot of people sit in that relationship for another year.
Yeah, I mean, we tried it. We tried to fix it.
Out.
Yeah, we did try to fix it. We put effort in to try it, but it was just like we're getting that same, that tension in your head when it's just like
just doubt.
Yeah, if you're both coming to the same conclusion.
Yeah,
I think it's just useful to take it as like you've learnt some lessons. You've learnt more about yourself, things that you like, things that you don't like, kind of potential things that you might want in a partner that you keep an eye out for maybe at an earlier stage.
Exactly.
And it was like a good lesson, I suppose. And then the fact that it felt right from both points of view. I can understand what you mean by saying because it wasn't like this one thing happened and that ruined it. Yeah. Like it's almost
like a conclusion of a movie. You want that end result.
Yeah.
And if that's not
there's
there,
nothing definitive.
You kind of
it's
left
just like
thinking.
It's a guess, basically.
But that's a much braver and smarter move to actually logically be able to be like, look, we're not happy as we are. We can drag this out, or we could just, nip it in the bud and. Yeah,
it was just fortunate that like she's really emotionally intelligent as well. So it's like when you've got that understanding of each other, it's like, all right, this is going to be sad, this is going to be hard.
Yeah. But it's the right thing.
But it is the right thing for both of us. Let's just see what happens. But yeah, I mean, I am obviously single, but I'm not like
not ready to
dive into the club.
Single, but not ready to mingle.
Yeah, but I'm enjoying being in this place.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of, self-building. It's a lot of...
Is that what inspired a bit of the hair chop as well?
Yeah, I just needed a full change. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good thing to do, though, and then it does make you realise what you want, what you miss, and you grow the hair back.
It also makes you realise how little time you spend with your friends. Like,
this is true. A lot of people do make that mistake of shutting themselves off from their friends because they've got a girlfriend or a boyfriend now, and it's a bad decision because, like we've just talked about, you need another outlet. Yeah. You need that independent party to be able to go and talk to about stuff.
Yeah, every relationship as well. You're always going to have problems. Yeah. And yes, you need to discuss those problems with your partner too. But sometimes you need someone completely impartial, or even just somebody who's on your side, just to like.
If somebody's on your side, he'll tell you. He'll tell you you're a dick though when you're being a dick. Yeah. They'll be like, "But did you say this to them before they did that?" And you're like, "No." And then how were they supposed to know?
Yeah,
that's a big thing. Like the keys to the kingdom theory, isn't it? It's like if someone gives you the keys to the kingdom and then doesn't tell you
where the
how to
castle
run the
is.
kingdom,
Yeah.
and then you fuck it all up, and they're like, well, you didn't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
It's the expectation. It's a good thing. There's a lot you have to work on shit, man. Like,
Yeah,
what
you
was
gotta
it
have a
you
good
and
balance.
Emma brought in the
Love
what is it,
languages.
the love language thing you've been doing?
Yeah, that's something me and Emma are talking about at the moment.
Finding out what you
What your
appreciate. And
what your love
need.
language is, and there's
Yeah.
like 5 different love languages. I can't say what they all are, but
I think I've read into it, to be fair.
Well, it's the bare bones of it is it how does somebody show their affection to somebody else? So
Yeah.
in some it's acts of doing things like keeping the house tidy, organizing the day.
Making meals
That's
and
them showing, look, I care about you. Whereas the other person's like, I want a fucking hug.
Yeah.
So if the other person doesn't know that their affection isn't, oh, look at all that organization,
Yeah.
they're just saying, oh, they've organized stuff, but they don't see that as the affection. Then there's this crosswire of, well, I am showing you that I care because look, I've done all these things, and they're like, yeah, but I don't see that as affection.
Yeah.
But then they have to learn that when they see that organization being done, that, oh, look, they're showing they care.
Yeah.
And it works both ways. So the
Yeah.
person who doesn't do the hugging needs to remember, I've got to give them a hug every so often. And the other person who doesn't do the organizing needs to realize, oh, I need to appreciate them for doing that organization.
Yeah.
And it's just a different. Once you realize that, so many arguments are just dissipate all because you even
You
though
get 'em.
you don't feel it, you're seeing it. So
Yeah.
then you feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because communication is going to be like the breakdown of everything, isn't it? Like I think that's probably the root cause of pretty much every single problem in the world is
yeah.
communication. And then when you're in a relationship, because communication is obviously so much more than just words, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
not just like language. It's actually like how you're applying your emotions to the other person. And then if you're effectively speaking the love language, if you're speaking 2 separate languages,
Yeah.
you can be
It's not gonna
you can
work,
be
yeah.
fucking doing your best job, but if like the other person's not interpreting it correctly,
Yeah.
because
That's
neither
the-
of you
it's
are
interpretation of
like
what's
not
going
on.
educated or just not aware, because like I didn't really think about it in such a black and white way of just like, you know, this is an act of affection. I just thought that's, I don't know, personalities are so complex.
What's done?
Yeah, that's just what's done. That's just part of their personality. And there's
Yeah.
so much to a personality. Sometimes simplifying it and like boxing off certain characteristics can actually make it like a lot simpler.
manageable,
Yeah, and like learning about love languages, and like I really think that Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus book is a brilliant book, and it's something that I read like once a year just to kind of refresh me, because there's so many things, and it's not always like on the money. Sometimes I have feminine traits, sometimes
Yeah.
Emma has more masculine traits. It's like there's so many that are like stereotypical masculine,
Yeah.
but it does still vary.
I'll have to
As
read
long as
that
you're
one.
aware of a trait, though,
Yeah.
you can see it then.
You
It doesn't
start
matter
to-
whether it's feminine or masculine. It's a trait that you need to be able to recognise as a sign of affection or care, which you otherwise would just see as a job that needed doing.
Yeah.
But them doing the job is them showing, look, I
Yeah,
care.
there's
Doing
there's
this
so
for
I'm
us.
doing this for us, yeah.
Yeah, there's so many like little tips and tricks about just managing things in relationships. Like one that's a really common one that I know that I literally applied like immediately, and it works. I was
I
like,
know
holy
exactly
fuck.
what you're going to say.
So it was just, you know, when a bloke talks about like a problem, a lot of the time it's like a factual thing. They're just like, okay, this is the thing. How am I going to solve the problem? Most of the time when women talk about a problem, they're not looking for a solution, because then
just
they'll
want
get
to listen.
mansplained something like,
Yeah.
you know, we'll tell them the solution, and they don't care. Because then they feel like you're invalidating their feelings by just telling them, oh, why are you upset about that? Just do this, that, and the other. Whereas all they want to hear is, oh man, that must be really hard. I bet that's like quite
That's
challenging to deal with
literally
at the
all you have to
moment.
say.
And like I was driving to pick Emma up for whatever reason. I think she'd gone out after work. They'd had like a post-work meal or something like that. And I know she was like super stressed and had loads of stuff going on at work. And I was listening to it as an audiobook as I was driving there, and like we just had that bit that explained it. And this is something that constantly triggered arguments between me and Emma, where she'd like tell me something about a day, and I'm just like, just tell me to fuck off, or like, you know what I mean? I'm like, you know, just
Why
say
didn't you just do this?
why
Yeah.
yeah. And because obviously I was like felt defensive, and I was just like, just fucking nip it in the bud, just deal with it. Whereas really, she just wanted me to say, and which is what I did say, was just like, oh man, that sounds really, really hard.
Yeah.
And like, just got diffused. She felt better because she was like, oh, the way I'm
she's
feeling.
validating my-
Yeah,
the
she's
way
been
I'm
understood.
feeling,
She's been
yeah.
listened to. And I was like, oh, that was so much easier. I was like driving back, and I was just there with
I'm gonna
like,
write this phrase down.
Yeah, she didn't know, and I was just there with a little
In
smile
his
on my
head, he's
face.
like, I'm a genius.
Yeah.
I'm a-
Yeah, and it gives you so many little insights. And I think again, this love language, it's to a different.
It stops you being frustrated by their actions as well. So say you're not like a huggy person. Like I do like that, but
Yeah.
it's not something I require like
Yeah.
in the middle of a day for no reason.
Yeah.
Whereas other people do know that. So if somebody comes up to you and they just come wandering in because all they want's a hug, and you're like, why are you interrupting me? Like I mean,
that's
I'm
the
having
worst
to do, having to do
reaction
work.
give to
Yeah,
them.
you're giving to them. You're basically shunning their care for you or their love in favor of the work, whatever. Whereas what you need to do is just take 30 seconds to let them like give you a hug, and then they'll be like, thanks, and then they wander off and they're happy again. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
Whereas if you don't know that, all that you've seen is they've come in, interrupted your workflow for something stupid, a hug in the middle. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And then they've gone back out. And you're like, well, that was annoying.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And you're moody now. You're moody because they tried to show they care.
Yeah,
and they're
probably
upset because you've shunned it.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking from the outset, really, isn't it?
But it is
It's so simple to fix.
It is. It's just that understanding, isn't it? And I think without it, like, just so many relationships probably break down, and it's still not going to like that. It can't save a relationship that's not going to work.
No.
But I just
everyone
think
should make an effort to know it.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I think people go into any relationship just expecting it to be fucking perfect, and then not to have to make
we've committed to each
compromises.
other now. It should just work.
No, every relationship's going to require like effort, and you're gonna like, especially like if you're with somebody for a length of fucking time. Like me and Emma have been together since I was 17. Like 17-year-old Lewis and 30-year-old Lewis are like completely fucking different people, and same with Emma. So like the chances of like you moving and growing as a person and still matching up when we're 17 and when we're 30, fortunately, still has happened, because also we've grown together. We've influenced each other.
Like, you're constantly like doing all these like tests with each other and stuff like that. Like,
we're very proactive about bettering ourselves.
You are really like you constantly tell me about stuff.
I think it's because like we are so different. We are like complete polar opposites. But the one thing of like constantly liking the process of bettering yourself is something that we do have, and we are both of the mind of like, if you have a problem, you work your way around it in somehow, and we're both very perseverant.
I hadn't told you this, but what's really nice is when we went out the other day for our hikes and walks with you and Em and that, in my head, because he's so good with stuff like this, like we're doing this and we've done this test and that, and Emma's so intelligent as well whenever you talk to them together, in my mind you guys never bicker. Because you're above it. But then when we're out, and you'll do something, and Emma's just like, "I'll just put it in the fucking bag, Lou." Like the way she said it to me, I was like, "Oh, human, human, that's normal." And it made me just be like, "Oh, they do that still too as well." And there was no malice behind it or anything, but there was still that don't be such a dickhead. Just put it in the fucking bag, Lou.
Still good.
And then they'd be like, "All right." But it was that there's still those moments that exist. It's just they never escalate. They never, because you both recognise each other when they do it. And,
they do sometimes, not all the time. Fucking hell, we've had some blazers occasionally.
A little one, someone might have said that, and it escalates because don't talk to me like that. And then these people that have arguments in front of other people. I'm like, oh, I don't like what. Like, in my opinion, if you're a couple, like, you represent each other. Like and these people that think they're independent. It's like, if you're out with each other, you represent that other person. So if you act like a dick, you're making that other person look like a dick in front of the people you're with. That's not cool. But some people don't give a shit about that. And that is a self-involved human being. Like, and that's somebody you need to be careful of. And if you see that in your own relationship, that's really destructive. Because the person who's mad is just going to be mad at that person and take no account of the effect they've had on that person's reputation with those other people you were with. So for me, as you're a couple, you're a united team.
You're a team,
when you go out. Now, if you want to disagree about something, you do it when you get home.
Oh, yeah.
Like, don't do it in front of people. Like, but you're out and about, everything's said, and when you get home, you go, when you said that tonight, that really fucking picked me off. You're like, oh, sorry. And then you talk about it. Then you have a ball-out argument where one guy's really, like, one person's really, in front of other people, and the other's like,
or 10 other people.
And everyone else there is just like,
check, please.
Just going to pop to the toilet.
Anybody need to pee? That's
everybody gets something. I need a wee.
Actually.
Dude, if that's happening to you, that's a really destructive relationship to be in, and it's something that needs addressing quick. Because it's unfair on one party as well, because they're guaranteed there's always one who's that person, and the other one's always the one trying to be the kind of calming factor, and and that's not good. That's not good.
Relationships are difficult. Like, to try, like, if you're going into it quite selfishly and you're like, oh, I want this girl to tick every single box, like, that's so much pressure to put on another human being. You've got to be more conversational. You've got to be more, understanding of that person's wants and needs as well.
I realised over time, because you yourself, you train and you're PT, you've done physique competitions. Oh, we haven't talked about that.
In the past.
Yeah. So that if you want, you've got him on your social media, some of the pics of you doing the physique stuff. So yeah. You can check him out on his socials again, all linked in the descriptions.
Will there be links?
Yes.
Fair
Yes, they will. And I forgot my point.
Physique competitions.
Fucking hell.
You
Started
train-
thinking about you in shorts too much.
Yeah.
That was it. Last time I trained, I thought, yeah, you training. What the fuck were we talking about?
So no way we
Relationships.
Relationships and that. And talk. Oh, that was it. Like the vanity side of stuff.
Yeah.
I forgot my
Yeah, you
point.
vain bastard. Why are you in your shorts on there?
Yeah.
My brain has another theory on that now, but it wasn't what I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay.
Oh, fuck it, I'll go with the one that has come into my head.
Yeah.
So, in terms of when you see people together, obviously, when you look a certain way and you take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Do you tend to expect that from the other person? And in terms of that, you shouldn't get somebody that you're going to see as a project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bad thing. Do you ever find that you've had that in relationships where you've seen the potential in somebody and thought, oh, well, I can work that? Because that's what I've had
in
that
terms
thought.
of the physique.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
in terms of that
No.
or the way they are as like as a person, you can see that there's a way that they could be, but they're not quite there yet.
I think it's quite a common one. It's very
I
common
think it's really common.
for women to see that about guys, though. They'll see like a bad boy, and then they'll be like, "Oh, I can tame him."
Yeah.
and
yeah,
that's like a
seriously,
really
yeah.
common.
But I
kind
think
of
with
recurrence.
guys, we can get girls who don't want to train and we pull them into the gym because we all go to the gym.
Yeah.
And I've had that in past relationships where the girl's not really been interested in training, but train because I do.
Yeah.
And it's always been a point of contention because
Yeah, it can cause arguments. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I have had that. But
So
it's
you
like,
found that as well.
but I don't go in with that thought. So, like, it's a good topic, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I don't, like, obviously if a girl trains, we've got something in common. We're going to train together. We're
Yeah.
going to get on. We have that. If the girl doesn't train, that does not bother me
So
whatsoever.
you're not bothered by that.
In terms of physique, like literally, there's so many things to like about women. To be
Oh,
like,
I've remembered my point.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like generally, like super shredded girls does nothing for me. Personal preference, but it's like the problems that it can cause if they don't train is like disagreements like that. Like they'll start to feel more self-conscious because I do what I do,
Yeah.
and it's like, whoa, this is what I want to do. I don't want you to do any of this.
Yeah.
Like I'm not putting any pressure on you
But
at
you
all.
see sometimes some girls try and stop their guy going to the gym as much, pull them back because they feel
Yeah,
like
'cause it
they're,
can-
well, fuck, he's getting better, looking better. He's
Yeah,
done,
it's gonna make me look shit.
Yeah.
They take it as like a
they-
knock.
yeah,
but
yeah.
it shouldn't be like that because it doesn't fucking matter what I do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
But that's my point I've remembered again now
Yeah.
was one of my big things was physicality with people because now there is a level like what I find attractive is just what I find attractive,
Yeah,
and I
you
can't
can't
change that
change
about
it.
me, and that isn't an opinion that I've chosen over time. I've grown up as a kid always liking athletic girls. I remember
Yeah.
being like 8 years old in America, running fast in front of a girl who had a good physique.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, this will get her. Yeah, she was like 20 odd.
Yeah.
I was 8. I just ran really fast in front of her.
like, what the fuck is the child doing?
Yeah, I was like sprinting, doing a quick stop turn and sprinting past and
Yeah,
being like,
she's loving this shit.
fucking loving this. Yeah. Like in the Speedos. So that's always been inbuilt into me. That's the shape of a girl
what
that
you
I
find
like.
attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I, even coming down to like the race of people, you can find different races more attractive than others. We see that all over the
Yeah.
place. And it's just what's inbuilt. So people should never be condemned for liking somebody who has a good physique or something like that and being like, that's not a real woman, hey, or a real guy, whatever.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
fuck you guys.
Everyone's real.
Yeah, you like what you fucking like,
Exactly,
and it's your whatever's genetically in you is going to be there, and also environmentally what you've grown up enjoying or seeing, that's going to be part and parcel of it. But what I've learned over time is that shouldn't be your main point
Yeah.
of judging somebody, and obviously that we know that's common sense.
Yeah.
But what you have to understand is, yes, that's important, and you find somebody who fits that structure, and not somebody you need to mold into that structure, because that's never going to work. They need to want to be there themselves originally.
Yeah.
So, but then after that, it's equalizing these other traits to be as important
Yeah.
as that initial one that drew you to them. So I found that like with somebody who's supportive, somebody who checks, like catches you on stuff and being like, what have you actually fucking done? Like, have you done what you said you're going to do yesterday? Has that been done? What are we doing today? What's our structure? Like somebody who's pushing you to be better and challenging you
It's really important.
in a positive way is so fucking important, and not somebody who's constantly bringing their problems to you all the time. That's not, and that's
Just
what
not
I've
gonna
learned.
work.
Like your 17-year-old Lou to 30-year-old Lou. That's what my 15, 16-year-old me to now has learned. That I've had to, over the last couple of years, really address my mental, the mental stigma that I'd got of not putting enough appreciation into how supportive is this person, how much are they behind you, how much are they like stoking your fire, you know?
I do feel like when in a relationship, like a really good match, you always need to be quite different. And like you've got to fill each other's gaps, each other's pitfalls, like that, because that's why you're with somebody who might be a little bit more shy,
Like putting
and
two Lego
withdrawn,
pieces together.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure it's in is it in Rocky? It's just like she fills gaps, I fill gaps.
Is it?
Like I'm sure it's
Your
one of-
memory's insane.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like the first
We
Rocky
just
film.
nod and be like, yeah, that's
Probably
it.
just say
Rocky
that.
4, yeah, Rocky
I
4,
think it is
definitely
Rocky,
4.
but that's basically it's talking about like how the shortcomings, if that's what you'd want to call them, of the one person, is like the strength of the other person, and then you kind of, and over time those obviously shift and change, and you almost like get closer to meeting in the middle because like your confidence on the shyer person kind of like rubs off, and their more calm, mindful approach starts to rub off on you, and then you become more balanced people, because obviously we all have our own kind of like craziness from how we've been brought up or whatever our situations are, and just like kind of level each other out a little bit.
It can educate you as well, just like totally educate you on something that you've never been through.
Because I find sometimes, when people are like, are you doing this? Are you doing that? I have that automatic reaction of, I'm doing stuff. They've got this to do though. But then the more they're like, yeah, but you know how you should be, this is what you got to be doing. And it almost pulls you up on your laziness when they're at it. But they do it in a positive way. They'll be like, this could be so good. This is this, come on, we can do this. This is easy. Look, I'm saying we're going to do this plan. We're going to hit this every morning. This is going to happen. And it's just getting, then it starts to create this snowball effect of positivity from another person. That's what you should be getting in a relationship. There's going to be points of contention in any relationship, friendship or loving or whatever it is, even with family. You cannot speak to family sometimes for X amount of time because they've been a dick. And I think that's fair enough as well. Like, just because you're blood doesn't mean you get away with everything. No. I've had times I didn't speak to my sister for a year because in my eyes she's been a dick. I think I was being a bit of a dick too. So it's just stubbornness. But then after that year where we didn't speak to each other, we had a stronger bond after when we came back together, and really talked things through, because it just brought everything to a culmination. We'd lived together though, which again is never the great idea, because you build up points of contention that are really meaningless, but it's just because they're daily and there all the time, they become a problem, not really. So
can totally spoil the relationship, friendship, moving in with someone.
Fucking hell. But that's where these other points, when you do move in or have to move in or be with each other all the time, these more important factors that come in about the way they are with you and how much they challenge you in a positive way, and are you supporting each other and vice versa, or are you helping them become better at what they want to do, rather than just slamming them down all the shit they're not doing, which is what a lot of people do to each other. It's a fucking complicated one, but when you break it down to these little things like you were talking about, understanding the affection shown and how it's shown, that then suddenly can create a massive positive from what you were looking at as just being a nothing.
The thing with like why emotions are so hard to deal with is because they're not tangible, are they? They're just feelings. So then when you can apply something like that you can picture in your mind as part of the emotion, like that Chimp Paradox book, it literally like categorizes like certain traits, certain behaviors, and makes them a chimp, and one's a gremlin and one's the computer brain. So then you can like be like, oh, that's my chimp brain kicking in there, and so then you're able to like picture it in your head, which then gives you a little bit of control over it. Whereas when you're just getting fucking battered by emotions.
Tried listening
it's like
to
trying to fight a ghost. You're like just going straight through it, but then it like gives it a body. It gives it something that you can fucking grab hold of and slam on its head if you need to.
I tried listening to that chimp brain thing and all that, but the bloke who was doing the interview about it had a really strong accent. And I just I just couldn't grasp what he was saying all the time. Like I was trying to fight through hearing the accent to understand what he was saying, and what he was saying was so complex on top of having this accent. I was just tried for like an hour, and I just, when you have to reread the same page 5 times, it was like that with everything he was saying. It just wasn't.
Was that like a YouTube?
No, it was a podcast. It it was like one about. I went down a mindfulness thing and the way the brain works and stuff. I was just looking at. It was a guy who was on the Lex Friedman. Is it Lex Friedman podcast? And he had this guy on who's like a really high end into like AI and augmented realities and stuff like that, and how our brain is working alongside AI and stuff. He was a really intelligent guy, but when they just can't impart the topic in a structured enough way for you to just be able to understand it level by level. Yeah, he would just spiel, and because of these, had this really strong accent, and I don't know. It was just difficult. But he was on about this chimp brain, computer brain. Yeah, and I can't.
It's not a complicated idea, but there's a lot to it, and it gets heavily fleshed out. Like if I remember right, because I listened to it as an audiobook, it wasn't a short one. I think it was maybe like 12 hours or so. So then if they're trying to like put 12 hours of content into like a half an hour video or something like that,
You're never grasping that.
No, you're not. And also I do think that like it does help to have other concepts. Not saying that Chimp Paradox couldn't be the first book on, managing your emotions that you ever looked at. It almost definitely could if you were like patient with it. But if you've already listened to or read other things, so you've already got an idea of certain constructs, because that's what basically like every type of therapy, they're just like building these like cognitive constructs of like, and it's just to like visualize things that are just going on in your head, because it's what for us it's just a bunch of fucking neurons firing off, and you're just living and feeling. But then to like have structure to it and then be able to understand A equals B, or like, do you know what I mean?
It's root cause, isn't it?
Yeah.
Finding root cause of an emotion or a feeling. Once you know the root cause of it, you're no longer held prisoner by it, because you're like, I'm feeling this now because of that. And then you're like, okay, so you can disconnect from it. And that's a lot of things to do with meditation and stuff like that, as well as quieting the mind to be able to see where the feelings are come from. Dude, so good.
I just can't get into it. Like Rob's tried with me in his garden. It's just tapping into that level.
No, you just have to work your way through the noise. You'll feel like a weird dick for like odd hippie weirdo for like at least 3 weeks.
I don't mind that. I've been called odd hippie
but
weirdo.
When you sat there in your own brain, you're going like, this is fucking silly. Like literally when I started, I was like, this is silly, but fuck it, we'll do it. And the best thing I did was use that Alan Watts listen one, where he talks you through it as you're listening. It's so good. I use that relentlessly every morning. And
bands use that as when they walk on stage. I've seen so many bands using his voice.
Yeah, he's so good, dude. When I did one of my DMT trips, he spoke to me like through his essence. It was so incredible. He felt like a father and a teacher all in one go, and I was just sat in the presence of his teachings. So he wasn't his spirit, but it was his essence that was forever kept in this void that's always there for us to come to and listen when we need it. And it was just, I came back out like, I felt so close to it. Bro, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it.
Maybe when I'm in a better headspace. Because I might just go down a hole.
Sometimes it does help work.
No, it's the perfect time. As long as you're going with intent. Like I want
things.
If you were to go in with the feeling, I was like, I want to reset my mind and know where I want to be, and then you let that be your thought as you go in. Might be nothing to do with that. You might end up sorting out some childhood emotion that's.
I mean, a few of my friends have took it, and ayahuasca, I imagine.
That's the way we do it, is the ayahuasca style. But they call it, what do they call it? There's a different, it's, I forget.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's like a spin on the word ayahuasca, but for DMT, they call it something else.
But now my friends have took it, and they've had similar things, where they've like fixed relationships with the dads, brothers, whatever. But one of our guitarist's best friends, he took it, and then he visualized walking us out on stage, like Glastonbury main stage.
Yeah.
And then he must have been thinking, why the fuck am I thinking about Rob's band in my own trip? But he was like, if you ever get to that stage, please walk me out, because that feeling when I walked you out in my trip
he got to feel
next level. Yeah, he was like, please promise me. So obviously we're going to do that.
Yeah,
if we get to that.
Yeah, you will, mate.
We have to do it.
I think keep the belief, man. Keep the emotion in the music, and honestly, I think you should set something up for the fans to be able to have that. Have a look into it. It's not gonna be hard to do.
Set that Patreon. Literally, just a couple quid a month or something. Like any fans
buy us a coffee to write some more music. Like £2
I just don't want to. I don't know. We've never done it because I just always think like you don't want to portray that sort of.
Yeah, but
that beggy kind of.
It's not though. You're giving access to something.
Yeah.
You're not asking for money for nothing. It's access You know, there's going to be links here for you to watch us record videos, for you to give us your input. You can literally help us write the music you want to hear. And I'd happily fucking join something like that.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
We spoke about yesterday with the podcast how we might be getting this sponsor sorted. We're saying we're not doing it for money, but like the mics, the alcohol, the setup, everything, it costs time and money, and like to be able to grow. Unfortunately, we're in this world where we need money, and do you know what I mean? And we all need to live, and people that enjoy it are going to be happy to like.
Few quid here
Yeah, chuck a few quid because it's not, you know, nobody's going to miss a couple of pounds.
£2.50 a month to somebody, but if you've got 100 people doing that, that's a nice little thing to help you when you need that extra bit of kit or that time in a studio. It helps, and to know that you're helping somebody achieve something that you enjoy the end product of, like,
and especially with Patreon as well, like you're giving them something very valuable for them. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure that if they're getting that insight and, you know, get a little taste into the creative process and actually help potentially with that creative process.
It's true.
That's cool.
Yeah,
it's a cool idea.
I'll put it to the boys. I think we should.
Well, let us know in the comment section wherever you are. If you're on YouTube, comment below. If you're on Spotify or anything like that, there is voicemails. We didn't fucking do it. If you're on the Spotify, there is a link in our description for voicemails. Keep leaving them. You can literally leave a voice note for us that we can go and pick up, and we're going to collect them all, and then we'll play them out on... Actually, I'll try and get them for the next episode. And next episode is episode 69. Have we got the therapist on?
I don't know whether we should have him on for that one.
Yes,
though, if we're
get
doing
it
69.
on. He's bound to know stuff about
He
it.
works with children all the time, so I've got to be careful. I need
Yeah,
to
but he must-
I need to
but
ask
he's-
him like what is he
He
allowed
still
to
must be trained in therapy overall. So he will have a good insight to that style. So we can get questions in from people, and he can give a therapist's mind's opinion on it.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I'm sure if you
live
proof
therapy,
this,
live
give us-
therapy sessions.
If you could, give us voice
I like
notes.
being peed on stage. What does that mean?
Episode 69.
Is that my love language?
It can be anything funny to do with like
That is a
sex
love
things,
language.
like
Pissed on.
funny sex. We will do it incognito as well. So if you want to give us a funny sex story that you've had that you want us to read out or listen to, we can do it incognito. Just let us know, and we'll just read it as it is to and not give any names. But let's just make it a fun one. And
Does sound like if it's going to be a good one.
yeah, this will be fun, and I will try. I'll think of some fun stuff. I've got a fun one from when I was young that I can tell straight away. That involves my mate John. Not together.
Yeah.
We didn't get
Me
that.
and
We didn't get that
John,
involved.
we took each other's virginity.
But yeah, that'd be fun. But thank you for coming on, buddy. It's been an absolute
worries.
pleasure. We doubled down on it.
Man.
At least we've had fun.
It was really good. Yeah, last night was a blast. Like,
Yeah, well, you're always welcome down, mate.
Nice
Anytime
one.
if you need a
Thank you, mate.
reprieve, there's a guest room here for you.
nice one. Thank you both
Anytime,
for having me on.
Thanks for
So
coming.
make sure to
Appreciate
check
it.
them out. Late Night Legacy. You can find them on Spotify, Amazon, all of the usual places, YouTube, and all Instagram links.
Play the full song at the end of this.
Yeah.
You
So
gonna do that?
what the Late Night Legacy is Late Night Legacy on Instagram. Isn't it?
At Late Night Legacy. Yeah.
Yeah, and you are at Ryan Keto, or is it just Ryan
Ryan
Keto?
Kitto. Yeah.
So Ryan RYAN and KITTO. Now, if you stay tuned, we're going to play their latest song now in full. So stay tuned for that as we say Toodle Pip and enjoy the tune. We'll catch you in the next one. Toodle Pip.
Nice one.
Toodle pip.